You know, I was thinking
gnarliest
about that when I was
epitaph.
there. I was like, this isn't that bad, man. Like, if they're in the wild, they're
It's
not
different
getting
for-
fed at the same time, everything they want. There are certain sacrifices, of course.
I think
And they're
they'll-
being
oh my
trapped
God.
against their will. Like,
Yeah.
there's,
I'm
there's,
dead.
I'm saying, there's sides.
Not a wild
There's
animal.
sides. Devil's advocate while I was there. I'm just thinking about it.
It is also different though. Like an aquarium is different than like SeaWorld.
I was
Right,
just about
right.
to say,
In Miami
because I'm like, am I
Aquarium,
going to be
like-
devil's advocate? Like, how you feel about the poor orcas?
I
And
didn't say that.
That's it. Yeah,
Fuck SeaWorld.
it's
All right, well, let's get started. Thanks for coming. By the way, so for Sophie, how should we?
I go by Sophia.
Sophia.
Yeah.
Got you.
But I normally put Soph, so I don't have to, full name out there. But please call me Sophia.
Sweet Sophia, thank you so much for coming. We've been checking out your content, seeing that you've been posting a lot of just different cannabis stuff. I know that you work at a dispensary, and we can get into that. And you brought us a lot of goods to smoke here. Let's definitely light up that first one. What'd you bring there?
Absolutely. So this first one is a Fallon pre-roll in the Papaya Runs. So it's a sativa dominant pre-roll.
Ooh.
we have lighters there too.
Yeah, we have a bunch scattered everywhere.
We like
My
a
wife
good-
yells at me because so often I catch like 3 in my pocket. She's
Yep.
looking for all of them, and I just happen to have all of them.
Oh, you're the culprit here because this is my
Yeah.
partner at home. But B will be like, "Can I have a lighter?" And then I'll hand the lighter and the bong and everything, and then they'll like hand me back the bong, and I'll set it down, and then, "Hey, can I have the bong and the lighter?" And I'm like, "No, you already have a fucking lighter somewhere in the blankets. No, you can't have another one."
It's the Seth
Yeah.
Rogen one that we need, the one that you put on the table. Have you seen that one? It's like weighted, and it's a lighter that you're not supposed to move anywhere. That way you remember where it is. So it's just like a cool table piece. Seth Rogen has this whole weed line that's really dope.
That's fresh. I've been seeing him post a lot of weed content and be like on that kind of spectrum, but I'm not really familiar with all of his work doing that kind of stuff. I've been seeing my coworkers have this thing in their car where it's like attached to
Oh yeah,
the prindle,
Yes,
what I'm
yeah.
talking
The
about.
prindle.
the Prindle. Yes, I call it a Prindle too.
Yeah, so it's like attached and it's just like a little wire thing. So they're like, if I really trust you, I'll take it off there. But until then, I'm not taking it off.
No, like a leash for my lighters.
Yeah, a literal.
crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, a leash. They leash the
Yep.
lighter.
Yo, that's a great idea. Honestly, maybe I'll just put that on my carabiner with my
That's actually a
keys.
good idea. I don't really walk around with a carabiner, so I wouldn't use it. But that's
I'm queer, so all of us walk around with carabiners on our belt loops.
that's like the thing.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. I didn't realize it was a thing until after I did it, but that's the thing. We're so like out of touch with like what gay culture actually is. Like I have no idea.
It's open, it's broad,
Yeah.
and it's ever evolving because they're just people.
Exactly.
Straight up, people just want to be who
Themselves.
they are and be happy and not have to feel ridiculed or bothered for just being you. 100%.
We have also decided that for guests, because they're usually in the middle, you get to take 2 hits because it goes past like both of us.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, honestly.
House rule.
So what got you into creating content around cannabis? When did you start? How did
Oh my God.
this whole journey? Because I was going through your page and like trying to scroll back to the beginning and see like where you started.
so much.
Of course.
I started my cannabis or like my blog journey like a couple months after I was in a car accident and I lost my job in the cannabis industry and I had so much time on my hand and I was still wanting to talk about cannabis. And I also wanted to basically then, like saying you like something and you don't like something and wanting to remember whether you like it or not. I was like, why don't I just take pictures of everything? Because I already actually took pictures of everything. I was like, why don't I start posting it and writing those reviews? And then I started doing that. And like I said, I had so much time on my hand during that phase.
Were you dealing with any injuries from the car accident?
Yeah, my spine was misaligned in 3 places. And I started, fluid started building up in the bottom of my spine. So there was a lot of nerve, like aching and pain and like damage to all the area at the bottom. And yeah, it was mentally draining. It was a crazy time in my life.
Whoa.
And cannabis was definitely a helping thing.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So how did the accident happen? Were you driving? Or?
So I had a shift at my dispensary, and it was like February night at the end of the month, and I'm like, all right,
This is when, by the way?
like 2021. So I'm
Okay,
like,
wow.
end of February 2021. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go home and sorry.
It's okay.
I'm gonna go home, get high, and then all of a sudden my friend texts me. They're like, "Pull up, let's watch a movie." I'm like, "All right." So I go to my friend's house, we watch this movie, we hang out, everything is great and dandy. It's like 11 p.m. after my afternoon shift at the dispensary, so like 8 p.m. I get off. It's like 4 hours past. It's time for me to go home. Shoot my mom a text, "Girl, I'm on the way home." Leave, and it's pitch black on the highway. No one's out. Things are good. Driving, and I look behind me, like the mirror, checking behind me. No one's behind me. All of a sudden, my car is being flooded with lights, like absolutely lit up there. I'm like, wow, those lights are so bright. I don't even get to finish the sentence before someone is slamming into the very back of my car. And then my car's flying now because they were going so fast. Like I said, I couldn't even see their lights.
Whoa.
They're just boom, hitting me. They're hitting me. All of a sudden, going forward, they hit me again on my driver's side, back passenger door. So then I'm spinning out of control. I go flying down the highway into a guardrail. And literally as I was spinning, like, highway tree. I'm like, oh my God, like, I'm going to fucking die. And it was the scariest experience ever. And then, like I said, crashed into that friggin'
The guardrail. The
like,
guardrail just stops you.
Yeah.
Like I was just talking about the guardrail the other day with someone, and I was like, no, it literally
Lifesaver.
immobilizes. Yeah, that's the point. It's like it
Thank
immobilizes,
God.
stops it completely.
Thank God.
Was the person
It ba-
caught?
So yeah, because they ended up pulling over. So like the car bounces back into the first lane. I'm facing the wrong way. I have like a panic attack. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I try to get out of the car. The seatbelt's holding me back. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like shaking.
Yeah.
I jump over the guardrail. I'm like, oh my God. The kid comes running over. He's like my age. We're going back and forth.
Oh my God.
Like it is the worst person ever that could ever like hit you because
Yeah.
they've got the worst insurance in the world. They're like, I'm gonna take care of it. You're fine. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You just totaled my car. I paid it off the day before, by the way.
Oh, don't
Yes.
tell me that.
I did. I paid it off the day before. I was so proud. I was like
that's so
2 years
brutal.
early on my payments.
I'm sorry,
Damn,
this
dude.
died. We gotta light that up again. But that's, oh my goodness. Sheesh. Did you?
Press charges? Did
I
they
was
get
just
to
about to
jail?
ask,
Like,
yeah,
please
literally.
tell me
no,
they
they didn't go to
something?
jail. No, like they are living their life. I actually don't even know what happened to them. We never actually went into court. We settled outside because it was still COVID times.
I
and
see,
it was
yeah.
just, oh my God.
Did he explain why or how he came to hitting you? Was he?
No, because like honestly, like I was driving super normal, and
I can imagine just chilling out on the highway, like in
It
the
was-
nighttime, especially.
I just don't understand how that would
Cruising.
even happen. Did
Yeah.
he explain himself at all?
he was like, we were both going fast. And I was like, we were both going fast. You fucking just rear-ended me. Like, no, he had no explanation, but I bet like just like under the influence of something that's just like not
Something
this.
like that, or tired and hasn't slept.
Or texting.
Even if you were going fast, he still rear-ended the shit out of you.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
If I were to show you pictures, you'd be like, what the fuck? My car don't even look like my car. It was
Oh,
just
I can't
like,
wait to see that. I do gotta see
Dude.
that.
it
So
was so sad.
we just got, so I work at a body shop, and we just recently picked up this car that we're going to be doing, and it's an insurance claim. We picked it up at the guy's house, and like I get there, and like the whole fucking driver's side is like fucked. Like the doors, both doors are like smashed, caved in.
Yeah.
The mirror is like gone. Like there's no mirror. It's just like the outside shell. The back headlight completely demolished. Like the back bumper all fucked up. And I was like sitting there like trying to figure out what the hell happened to this car. And like we're standing outside there with the guy, the owner. And then his wife comes out. She's like on the porch and just like looking at us, looking at this car. And she goes, "Thank God I was with him." And I was like, "What happened?" And she was like, "Oh, we were driving. He was driving. I was in the passenger seat, and he's on chemo. Like he's yeah. So he has medication that for that. And like you have to take medication for after you're done with the treatment. And a lot of times that stuff makes you really drowsy. And he literally fell asleep at the wheel and like was veering off into the side of the road. And then his wife was like, where are you going? Because she didn't realize the hell was going on. And that woke him up. But it wasn't before he hit the guardrail. And he just like slid all across the guardrail. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense why your car looks like that. But I just felt so bad because I was like, holy shit, that's not your fault. But had she not been there, it would have been so much worse.
No, thank God.
It's crazy.
I'm really glad you mentioned that because the most time that I've interacted with danger, like on the highway or anything, has been when I've been tired. Like I've gone into some sticky situations because I've been having long drives. I was traveling all night, like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm falling asleep at the wheel. And literally, I will remember, like seconds will go by and I won't remember what happened. I'll be in a different lane. That's happened to me several times.
That is so scary. Driving tired is the same thing as driving drunk because you are basically delirious.
Worse, to be honest. I think worst.
It's so scary.
So I have been like basically delirious and have driven, unfortunately. I used to do like overnight shifts at the mall for a clothing store. And I was the assistant manager doing this. So I was the person running this whole floor change. Like we had to change every single thing on the floor on the men's and the women's side. And so I had like a group of people with me and we started at like 8 the night before, like 8 p.m. to do it overnight. I literally didn't leave until the next morning at 11. And my mom called me and was like, where are you? And I was like, I'm leaving. And she was like, you're not Superwoman, you know? And I was like, I know, I'll be okay. And I like had to stop by my cousin's house in Milford. So I was working in Auburn, but I had to stop by his house to pick up weed. And so I literally got home, took a nap, woke up, had no recollection of going to his house whatsoever at all.
Blacked
but I
out.
had the weed. So I knew I went to his house.
What the fuck?
Dude, I was like, I'll never do that again. I was
scary.
petrified.
That's like hours
Petrified.
gone from your memory. I've had like seconds. Hours is nuts.
I was so tired.
No, I can imagine, man.
You may have gotten abducted.
That's a good point.
Maybe the weed fairy just blessed you that time. Like, honest.
That's a good point.
That was
That's a
so
good point. Yeah.
The weed fairy flew you home. That's what happened.
Dude, I was like, what the fuck? Because you fall asleep. I hadn't slept. So I went to work at 8 p.m., but I had been awake since that morning. So I'm up for over 24 hours now working, and then I have to drive.
Dude, I've had to stop at multiple plazas to take naps, like 3-4 hour naps, many times.
I was just about to comment on the expectation of a person nowadays to basically kill themselves for these kinds of jobs, like you're saying a store manager job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, when I was a store manager, I was working like fucking 60 hours.
That's insane and unfair and like above and beyond.
Above and beyond for people that don't
And
honestly give
literally
a fuck about you. And that's one of the reasons you moved on too, in many ways. It's like there's only so far you can go and how much your work can really take you. You know, you were giving more than they deserved. Way more for what you were getting. It's not always about what you're getting, right? Like I don't just do what I do because of how much I get paid. Like there's a lot of honor in what you do and maybe inspiration, or, you know, you have goals that you want to reach, but
it was like a people company. So that was my biggest driving factor. And like, I no hate to the company. I love the company, love my job, like love the people I worked with. It was really just like one person in particular that was the one direction, the one door that I needed to open to get where I needed to go was that one. And I was never going to do it because I didn't want to. Like it wasn't worth opening the door like with that person. So that's why I was just like, no, I have to step back and do something different because otherwise like I've hit this point now where I know I can't go any further because I myself know I cannot give what you need for that position. Like I don't have it in me to give 200 because I'm burnt out at 150.
Wow.
So
going back to the accident, you were working at a dispensary at the time, and then because of the accident, I'm assuming you were rehabbing. You lost your job because you couldn't work. Is that what happened?
Yeah. So I was like, it was barely like 2 weeks after the accident. They're like, when you're coming back, I'm like, my back is literally burning up. It's on fire.
Broken?
Yeah. Like I literally cannot sit for more than an hour without crying. It's so painful. My muscles are spasming out of control. You can literally like at the time you could see my legs like literally twitching and going crazy.
nerve damage is no joke, dude.
I could not even like like think at all the time. I was just always miserable because I was just in so much pain. And they were like, yeah, well, can you just like send in your resignation so we can fill your spot immediately? Yeah, they were just the fucking worst about it. Like,
There's so many ways that you can go about a situation like that. you know,
yeah,
and
it was
you can-
crazy. And
Hey, what can we do for you? Let me
Yeah,
just
how
try
can
and
we
a
help
little
you?
bit. Exactly.
if I had left them like how they wanted me to leave, I would not have been able to do anything with like filing that I had been in an accident and then lost my job
Yeah.
from that. They would have been like, you just left for whatever reasons.
Oh, I
And
understand.
so it was a huge thing where they were so nasty about it. It was honestly the worst environment, and they had just done some terrible things right after COVID and letting go a bunch of our company. So, truthfully, I'm so glad I got out of
Damn,
that
if you
place.
want to
Yeah.
shout them
Blessing
out,
in disguise.
feel free. Let them bullets fly if you
I was
guys.
gonna say honestly, I don't even feel like they deserve any.
That's
any,
real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
any
That's
attention.
real.
Yep, same.
You know, like negative attention is some attention,
Yep.
and they don't even deserve that.
I love that.
It's
I love
it's
that.
Yeah, but
way
they know.
harsher to ignore. It's literally so much easier to be like, I literally don't care and I will not give this my attention, because that makes the person or whatever situation even more angry.
Yeah.
And you get to walk away not
Oh,
caring.
100%. Yeah, and you got to move forward too, and that's great for you too to be able to move forward. Like whatever, fuck them. I'm on to
Literally,
better
fuck
things. I'm
them.
on to new things.
But that's
Yeah.
cool. That like led you on this kind of like cool path of blogging. And
Yeah, no, because at first I really didn't want to be a person who like posted my face or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was just solely like the products I was using, and then every so often I'd start posting ones with me in it, or I'd have like a little video on or like a story post.
Oh, yeah.
And people would give me a lot of feedback on those, and
Awesome.
like I would just love interacting with like the one-on-one, you know.
yeah.
And so I just kept doing it more. And then I started with the lives, because then I got one of the focus cartas. And then from there on, like that really
the
was
live?
what helped. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. It
That's so
definitely got
cool.
more attention.
Yeah. Oh, that's
awesome.
super cool.
Yeah.
That was something that like I think I mentioned to Andy was like, it's really cool. She's like super interactive on social media, and like, cause for me, I want to be a little bit more like that for our pod, because I'm like in my personal life, I'm very like, I
not
get
on
on it. I
social
like,
media.
I'm on it and I like stuff, and I watch a lot of TikToks, but I don't like post. Like I haven't posted on my Instagram. I haven't posted on literally anything. I'm so like, if you're in my circle, then you know what's going on with me kind of thing. And I don't need to tell the whole world what's going on all the time. So for me, I've been closed off to it in terms of myself, putting myself out there, but I want to be more active for the pod. And like, I like that social interaction. That's what I miss from like my job in retail, is getting to talk to people and getting to make new connections and networks, and just creating new ideas with people is really cool.
I love bouncing ideas off with each other, like people. So this was such a great idea. And I was really excited to do so, because like, I'm thinking like, for what you guys have, I feel like just posting clips, whatever you guys have, onto to Instagram Reels would do fantastic. You know what I mean? I've already seen a couple of them do
Yeah.
really well. So I feel like more of that would just be excellent. And then just maybe even like putting one of your guys' phone in a corner, being like, this is the live right now.
Oh yeah,
and then
that's cool.
posting it. And then that would just be
100%.
like a different angle or something like
100%.
that.
That's
But,
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
At all.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely and we talked about just trying to do more stills as well, like posting us out, like cuz
just a nice, cute little selfie with any of these awesome
Yeah.
little place that you have over here is exactly what
Yeah.
I would do.
Yeah,
Dope.
100%. We have a lot of things that we want to do. I got into content almost 3 years ago now, and I've always had a relationship with content because I did music when I was younger. And like, when you want to grow in music, you have to post a lot. You have to let people know who you are, let people know about the music that you're releasing and what you're doing, so that people can support you and you can try and grow. So that was like my relationship with social media. I don't really actively want to use it ever. I just do it as a tool.
It's a tool.
Yeah.
So
it's a
then-
great tool to get out
yeah,
there nowadays. It's the
100%.
biggest one that everyone is literally always on their phone, always attached to it,
Mm-hmm.
always looking for something that catches their eye. And if you can grab the audience's attention like that, and they can then want to see more of you, or you're likable or anything like that, like,
Yeah, authenticity and consistency.
yes.
Originality
Those
as
are
well.
the two 100% keys. Yeah, I mean, if you're being authentic, you're going to be original.
Yeah,
'cause
that's
you're being you, and no one else can be you.
Yeah,
And
that's deep.
100%. So then after music, I transitioned 3 years ago to doing YouTube and doing gaming. And then I started my YouTube channel, and that started growing a lot and doing really great. And I was really looking for an opportunity to do a podcast, and I wanted to do it in the cannabis space because similar to what you were saying earlier, like I just started smoking 5 years ago, and ever since I did, it's just completely changed my perspective on life. It's helped me in so many different ways, and like the list is never ending of the ways that I feel like I've benefited from it. So, and especially hanging out with people that you love and you care about, and you're just smoking and talking, like that's such a great vibe. So I wanted to do that with, the team and people that are close to me. That's my sister-in-law, actually.
I was gonna ask, what's your guys' all relationship
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
There's a
How'd you
lot
guys
of
know
weird
each other?
webs here.
We just found each other.
Oh, word. That's kind of fun.
Yeah,
Online,
so-
I bet.
Well, Andy and I like go way back. That's like the original connection.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew him
Like
as a
back
little
when-
kid from
yeah.
church.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. Way back when.
All
Yeah,
the
I was
way.
really connected to church when I was younger, and he was like a little kid at the time. And I stayed at
Yeah.
that church for a while, so I saw him grow, and then we did music together. He traveled with us on the road doing lights and a bunch of audio stuff, and
Oh, so
so
you're
we've just-
technically gifted.
we
Yeah,
just
yeah,
stayed close
yeah.
for a long
I
time.
don't
And
want to agree, but
That's
To your own
I
horn,
think
it's
I'm
okay.
pretty good at it.
Yeah.
And then through music, I met Pedro because of just doing music videos, and he had a lot of the same friends that my friend who I was doing music with had. So we were just interconnected
Running
in that way.
mutuals.
Yeah, and then once I started doing the gaming stuff, he was really supportive of that and wanted to be involved in doing something more. And I was like, you know what, I'm thinking about doing a podcast in the cannabis space. This is who I'm going to do it with. Would you be down? And funny enough, both of them don't consume.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Oh my God, how do you guys feel in this room? Do you guys get high? Oh my God.
I think every guest asks us if we like the secondhand high. No, I don't. At least I don't. I don't know about Paige.
Okay, but like,
Pedro rolled
dude,
his
the
eyes.
eyes,
People
the
can't see, but he was like,
like,
I
wait a
don't
minute.
think so. Yeah, there's a lot of denying coming from that side of the room.
but it's usually real
Sorry.
quiet after the pod. So that's our telltale sign.
the vibe set in
Yep.
for them, 100%.
That's what's
Yeah.
So there's a lot of interconnected webs. And
Yeah.
then with going back to what you're saying about working with other people, collaboration, like this podcast is a great chance to do that, is to meet other people in the space and
Yes.
connect with them with what they're doing. I've always been, because like music and a band and church, like I've had a lot of collaborative things in my life, and
It's
this is a
good
great
to
way
be able
do
to
it.
work. Humans are naturally creatures that want to be intermingled
Together.
with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wanna
So
be we don't want to be alone.
yeah, we're social
Interconnected.
creatures. We want to
Exactly.
be together. So
Yeah.
this is definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
100%. And especially like after COVID, I think people were isolated for a long time. And then once the opportunity came to see people again, for many people, it probably a lot of fear. But then the people that overcame that, you get to realize, okay, well, life is so much more than what it felt like for these few years. Like I have
tolerance
to
break.
remember again. What?
This is a tolerance break.
Yeah. Cold turkey from people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then you realize, you know what? I actually like people.
people aren't that bad.
People
I
aren't
was
that
essential
bad.
that whole time. So I was
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
I worked right through it too.
It was
I did
scary.
too.
People
I-
were so scary the whole time.
I had 6 weeks off, and that was it. That was how long they closed them all for.
I had a woman ask me to wear like a full gas mask.
I'm
I was
done.
like, absolutely not. But like, girl, I'm definitely
it was
double
like a
masking
90-degree day.
Like, no.
Working with the public was definitely difficult. Like,
Working with the public
Yeah.
now, I don't even know if they know how to act nowadays.
No.
truthfully.
They don't.
No.
People be coming into the dispensary absolutely like crazy.
yo,
Like
I can
don't
only
under-
imagine.
I don't
Yeah,
understand.
the people that you meet, oof,
They come
characters
in-
everywhere.
Yeah, because I'm like, you wouldn't come like 2 or 3 hours to like a pizza delivery, like an order pickup anywhere else. They like think because we smoke weed that we're super chill. They're like, time slots? Why do you have time slots? I'm here, like, just pick up a bag. I'm like, well, you put it in like literally 30 seconds ago for 6 p.m. and it's 2:45 and it's jumping on a literally on a
Dude.
Friday. So yeah, it's not ready.
I was
Confused people.
Yeah, I was at a dispensary recently, joint operations in Hopedale, Mendon, something like that. They're dope. But I like walked in just to pick up a cart real quick, and I'm standing in line, and this like older gentleman is there, and he like just gets finished talking to the bud tender, And then he like walks around the counter and he's like standing right next to me. And he starts talking about like back in my day, like this, you know,
The weed wasn't this strong, like this, that,
he did, yeah, he did say that, and he also was just like, "This was a dream," and I was like, "It was a dream for me too, bro. I've been smoking for a long time as well. It was illegal when I started as well, so I get it." But he just like kept going, and I was like, "I literally came in to pick up a fucking cart. Can you not give me a history lesson right now? Like, I just came to pick up a cart." For convenience.
I don't do small talk like that. Like, I love other people and humans, but I'm not good with small talk.
I can't ignore an elderly person.
Oh, you're.
I can ignore people. I can't ignore an elderly person.
My whole
B would
thing
beat
is
the
just
shit out of
don't
me.
make eye contact. Because once you make eye contact, you are committing to having a conversation or saying something. You have to acknowledge the other person. So you just don't make eye contact. You don't have to do it. Or make eye contact, but then, you know, you're in. You have to either wave or nod or something.
I think you just like lit a light bulb in my head. Because wherever we go, people are always talking to B. Like people are just like
naturally
really friendly. Yeah, like to like just literally like, "Oh, you are a person that looks non-threatening. So I'm just gonna approach you." And me, no, I'm scary black dog. That's who I am, and that's or like the black cat, whatever. That's who I am in the situation. I am so closed off that I am like, do not fucking talk to me at the grocery store. Like,
never,
I don't fucking know you.
please.
No. The laundromat, even worse. I'm fucking petrified. You're gonna throw me in a machine. No. B is like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I'm just like, how did this happen? How did we get here so quickly? You didn't even fucking say anything. It's the eye contact.
I think I have what B has because people love talking to me. So
ADHD.
There's this one guy that one day I had to, like back when I had my Apple Watch, this guy was talking to me for so long, and I was like trying to be polite and doing the back step and be like, "Yeah, okay, I had to send my friend a text through my Apple Watch. I just said, 'Call me.' And then he called me, and I was like, 'Oh shit, it's my boss. I really got to,' and I had to like walk away.
That's
and
a good one.
I was just like, dude, I'm sorry. I just had to get away from this conversation.
You got to learn how to be a closer too. How to get out of conversations, especially if you don't want to be in them. You know, you have to know how to navigate your way out. Or then you're like my wife sometimes, where she gets trapped for hours. Hours.
Me and her. She probably gets trapped with me, but it's okay.
No, not you. Other insignificant people. She enjoys talking to you.
Yeah. Okay.
But you got to know how to be like, yes, I got to go.
I'm going to let you go.
Yeah, 100%.
I feel like every time I'm in that situation at work, it's typically an old person who doesn't have enough interaction. And like, sometimes I would just like be like, make it even faster. Like, wouldn't even let them get a word in to like finish it up. But then some people were like, "So listen, like, these people just don't have no one to talk to. Like, you gotta
I hate that."
And then I was like, don't guilt trip me into like making this like the best conversation they've ever had, because I'll talk their ear off.
Right.
Like, unfortunately,
Sell them.
I'll pull something out like, what do you got planned for the day? And they're like, "Well, I'm retired." I'm like, "Well, what did you do for the last 40 years? Like, we can chit chat about that." Like, I just can't.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's so hard because they just really do want to talk about anything and everything, and they will
talk to you forever.
Pulling leaves out of the air.
100%.
Dude, or they'll wait. Yeah. I've had people wait for me at the mall because I used to sell shoes. So like people will like come in and start talking to me, and like it's my job to fucking talk to you. It's literally my job to sell you things.
They're paying me to be friendly to you.
Exactly.
I have to be here. I'm gonna have to be smiling.
Exactly, and I have to talk to you.
And there's an expectation because I'm a lady.
So literally, I would like a customer would come in and I'd be like, "Oh, thank God," and then I'd like go and I'd be like, "Okay, I'm gonna go help this customer real quick. Sorry, like whatever," and then go grab shoes and like come back out and they're still there, and I'm like, "Fuck." Like, why are you still here? Like, especially when I was alone in the morning, that shit pissed me off. Or I would be like, don't make me fucking grab my fire extinguisher. Like, I don't have anything else. But it's just like, people need to understand that there's like a 3-foot bubble around everyone.
Yeah.
Shouldn't invade people's space.
100%. 100%. But employees can be like that too. Like sometimes.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah. Sometimes you gotta be.
Dispensaries, I think the future, and it's coming already, is drive-throughs. Like, I just want to be able to get my shit and get out. And I know in the city they have, here in Boston, they have like like Uber Eats, but for cannabis, or they just deliver cannabis all over Boston.
Yeah.
If that was here, I'll pay like a $3 fee. Fuck yeah, dude.
Dang, I'm waiting for that too because
Knock on my
that
door
is
with a baggie.
oh,
You have to watch. Have you seen Half Baked?
no, I have not.
Oh my God, y'all gotta watch Half Baked because it has literally all of the stuff, like so much stuff that we've talked about. It's just a stoner movie, like an old stoner movie. Because I'm older, but yeah, it's
Older.
No,
it's like an older stoner movie, but it's fucking hilarious. And it's just like it's basically about these stoner friends, and they like come up with this idea to sell weed. And I forget right now what the hell it's called. But it's just like a card with a smiley face on it. And then you call the number on the back and they answer. And then you just like tell them what you want. Boom, they show up to your house and they deliver it.
I mean,
But dude, they get into so many shenanigans because they're always just fucking smoking while they're doing deliveries. Hilarious.
I gotta see what that cover looks like. I don't remember. I'm trying to remember which movie that is. There's so many stoner movies that I haven't seen that I have to see.
I want to say it's Dave Chappelle.
Oh,
I want to say it's Dave Chappelle.
interesting.
And if it's not, I'm really sorry. But like, I want to say it's Dave Chappelle.
he's funny.
He's hilarious.
Are you into stoner movies? Are there
I
any?
definitely am, but honestly, I'm not like the biggest.
It is Dave Chappelle.
I swear to God,
Thank God.
I've never seen that cover before in my life.
Dude, I mean, I don't doubt it because like, well, I don't know what year this is from, but it's like I said, early 2000s.
Makes sense. I feel like I would have seen that though. I like Dave Chappelle.
Thank you.
These things are so cool.
That'll be my first time hitting that. I've hit a lot of things,
Yeah,
except for that.
dude, I like to push the boundaries with Andy, because like I've been smoking for a long time, and I smoke a decent amount because you build a tolerance and then you just like love it, and like I always am trying to like push him further and further and further. I'm like, try this, try this, try this, try this.
Is there anything you're not open to trying?
As far as
Cannabis?
no,
I saw
I've tried. I think I've tried everything at this point.
how many
Most
milligrams like would you
Gummies,
edibles and
max,
and like
no.
how big a dab would you take? You take one of those like you see those people taking like the literal
Like a gram
whole
dab?
Yeah,
no.
just like at a red hot like thing. Would you just
A
you're just
gram dab,
it.
you'll be
Yeah.
You're just
gone for a
burning it.
week.
just going crazy on it.
There's some YouTube videos I've seen of people doing that, like in one
Dabbing
hit. I'm
Granny.
like,
Every time I see her, I'm like, oh my god.
Yes, I've seen
Girl,
Debbie.
what's
Granny.
going
Yeah, I've seen her.
I don't know who that is.
It's a grandma that dabs.
Yeah, she dabs fat, like huge globs.
Have you seen the video of a grandma recently doing like a line of different drugs? Like she does the bong, and then she smokes a joint. And
I think you sent it to me.
I sent
Yeah.
it to you. It's
I
really-
watched that whole thing. I was like, damn, she's such a fucking badass.
It's really funny.
A line of different drugs. I thought you were gonna say first she does like a freaking line of something, then she does
Coke.
some like eat some shrooms, and I was like,
No,
what is
she does
doing?
like
She did
she
a
like
lot of
takes like
shit.
she like chugs a beer and then she takes like a massive bong rip and then she smokes something else and then I think she does something else like she I don't eats gummies or something like that. It's like a
all reasonable, all
yeah,
reasonable. Yeah.
yeah, nothing like super crazy.
Yeah, I was scared for a second. I was like, Grandma.
Hey, if grandma wants to roll like that, let
Yo,
grandma roll
if
like
grandma
that.
wants to do shrooms,
Hey, at that age, man, you've experienced a lot of life. And if that's where you're at that point, like, go out how you want. And I can't imagine, like, the pain that you feel on a daily basis, like your muscles, your bones, like, you're
No.
hurting at 90.
I wish that I could just drug my family because my family's like super anti-weed.
Clap,
Yeah.
check.
See, I know my. I was just about to say. I know my family would friggin' love. Like if they could just get high and not know that they would love it.
No, they
absolutely
would
love it.
Over the moon.
know.
They'd be the happiest
Like,
fucking
because why
people.
do I like it? Because in your genes, it has the trait to like it. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
You just don't know.
You just don't know, and
Yeah.
you're so stigmatized.
Exactly.
To hate it.
Which is one of the reasons with the podcast, we're like, let's show.
Destigmatize it.
Exactly.
Yes, I love
exactly.
that.
Because my
It's, like,
whole
biggest
life,
thing.
that's all I've heard was negative. I never heard one positive growing up.
No,
I mean,
literally.
I grew up in a certain, I grew up in church and stuff like that, so it
No,
makes
me too,
sense,
as well.
obviously.
Yeah.
But even from like regular people like that weren't in church, like it was always talked down bad wherever I heard it, and even in commercials and ads. So
Like the
you just
melted
grew
girl
up
I was
thinking
just
it's
about
the
to
worst
say the
poison.
melted girl commercial is like ingrained in my memory.
Me too. And every time I'd watch it, I'd be like, "What the fuck is she on? What did she smoke? I want
want
it."
some.
And it was just like it did the opposite. It had the opposite effects that they put it out for. It's just hilarious. But yeah, like I don't know. I think that the war on drugs was really big during the time that our parents were alive. So that's why there's this like fucking. It's the same thing as heroin basically to them. And I'm like, you're ridiculous, bro. You should just smoke a joint and sit on the couch.
Literally, it'll change your life.
Change mine.
Your life could be changed. It's right there. All you gotta do is just
Yo,
do that.
it's good to go.
Yeah. That is Beethoven's Eighth Sugar Wax by Heirloom Collective.
Ooh, can I see the packaging real quick?
Yeah, of course.
It's pretty nice.
I'm not like a pro at hitting them either, so you might have to like
Nah, she's
teach
good
me a
to
thing
go.
or two. I'm like solid. I
How
can
do I
take
hit this?
dabs fairly well, but
And then that part is the carb cap. So if you cover it, it'll give you a more dense, cloudy hit. And
So,
then
like,
And then I
you-
take it off like a bong.
like yeah, but you want to spin it like the last one you did. Yeah. There you go.
Did I even hit it?
yeah. If you want a cloudier hit, put your finger on top of that little carb. Yeah.
I don't even feel like I'm hitting it.
you can-
so I can't
you-
even tell.
You're doing good. But
It's like, yeah, I need a lot of work.
You just click, yeah.
Oh, you gotta rub it.
Yeah. Your first hit was milky.
Was it?
Yeah, I saw. Well, like I could see it from
Damn.
here.
See, that's a different level. I'll get there one day.
I was going to say right here. Do it right now.
Yeah, I'm ready. You know me. I'm like dabs. I think the high is just
Oh,
so much
shit.
clearer. And I like one of my best friends, Jill. We had her on one of our first podcast episodes, and she's in the industry. She's like the person who's gotten me into like all the different avenues and like in dabs and shit like that. So she's the first person who ever like taught me how to hit a dab rig and let me hit her dab rig and like did this whole thing, and it was awesome. And it's just a different kind of high, I feel like.
Yes, it absolutely is. I love a dab high versus a flower high, but I'll always go back to flower at the end of the day. I really love the feeling, the everything about a flower high.
Agreed.
What about the dab
It's my
high do you
everyday.
like the most?
The intensity, that if it's that peak, that it's like really high, really fast. And like sometimes it can be great on the body. I really like a face high or like a tingly high. So when I can get something that's like really like that, I love that. Or I love how pure the flavor is. Like you are really, those terps in there like go crazy.
I have to figure out what it was that Christopher gave us, because I like smoked all of the dabs that he got us that day, and they
Yeah.
smelled so fucking good. I literally every time I opened it, I was like, I feel like I'm shoving my nose into a lemon, and it's
Oh,
amazing.
it was delicious.
Yeah.
I
Shout
just
out
had
to
some
Mescal
limo
Wellness.
G.
Yes,
Mescal Wellness.
Oh,
It's a dispensary.
they have a Hudson
few
and
around
Framingham locations. Big shout out.
I was gonna say
I
I
have a few
have
more,
a friend
but those are
from
the
them.
ones close to us.
I have had what was it from them? I think it's in that perch packaging. I had the Cat Junkie.
Yeah, they do
From
good. They always have perch. They always have like a good selection of perch stuff.
Yeah, one of my friends hooked it up with something from them.
So, would you say that now you know like exactly what weed to buy to give you the feeling that you want?
Typically, I will take the time to read through the description on the site, or if I already know a little bit about the strain, I may or may not buy it again because I already know. Sometimes I want to get something that I'm unfamiliar with to have a new experience.
Yeah.
Because like it's just hard to find that miracle strain and like that perfect high and just get the feelings you're really, really, really looking for.
Yeah, especially on the different days, you're feeling different things.
Exactly.
So true. And menus are always changing. Like there's always different flour
absolutely.
available. It's not consistent enough to be like every time I go, ketchup's
Yeah.
gonna be there.
I can
No.
help if you need me to hold something.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
That was
That's
great.
support.
That was a super smooth hit.
Yeah, and it feels so good.
This one's some organic some concentrate by local roots, if you know
Oh yeah, yes.
Shout
And
out
this is
local
their
roots.
food.
Shout out local roots.
Yeah, pura vida.
Pura vida.
Sweetness.
Shit.
Yeah, Gianna does this whole thing. She gets it all set up for me, and then I just hit it. And I'm like, thanks, babe. Like, Gianna's the best. She
Thank
hooks
you,
it up.
chef,
Yeah,
or
literally.
bud tender.
I love going to Maine to go pick up because they're like, just pull out like mason jars. They're like, yeah, what are you looking to get today? I'm like, man, you already know, just like something fire. And they're like, well, let me go pick something out. And they're like, boom, boom, boom. Mark's
pretty
Organics,
cool.
they're crazy out there. They really hook it up.
That's dope. I love when you can go to a dispensary and actually see the nugs. A lot of
Yes.
dispensaries don't have that. It's usually
Mine's
filled with
that.
product and merch.
Literally, you can't even see any product or anything like that. You have to come to some kiosks because we're so busy.
Damn.
That it's a good thing. Yeah, job is safe, but
Hey,
Oh, shit.
but I
That
feel
tastes
for the
delicious.
customers and their experience compared to other stores. Because like when I go out, I have a certain expectation.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
I'm so glad that you think of that because not a lot of people do. And it's
Yeah,
something I
because-
notice in every dispensary that I go to is like, what's the vibe? How do I feel? What's the music that's playing? What am I seeing? How are the people talking to me?
Yes, I just went to a new dispensary, Treehouse, in Drake for the first time. I had no idea why they call themselves Treehouse, but they are literally like on the second floor in like the weirdest like industrial park. I was like, that's so
Oh.
cute though, because like their whole setup is like green grass, like
Nice.
it's just really, really, really cute up there. And
dope.
never seen anything kind of like that for a dispensary.
No, definitely not.
Because mine's more like mine's the white place that's with the, like white boxes and all that.
Oh,
stuff,
yes.
like
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
It's the Apple Store style. I'm Apple Store style
Oh.
dispensary.
I don't
There's
think I've seen
one-
one like that.
There's one in Wittensville that's like that. It's like up the road from the shop that I work at, and it's literally that exact thing. It's like a big warehouse, and then they just have these glass cases all over the place for you to like take a look at, like buds and their carts and all the shit that they have, and then they just have the registers.
What's the dispensary that
massive.
you work at?
I work at Nature's Remedy in Tingsboro.
Nature's Remedy.
Nice, dude. I love Nature's Remedy.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much. For
I don't think that I've been to the Tingsboro one.
Also, you go to Millbury because we're
Yes.
closer to Millbury.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
I honestly haven't gone to our sister store much. I've gone there like twice, but definitely visit more.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I
Well,
definitely
for
want to
sure.
see.
I'm right there. Oh
Definitely
my god, I'll stop on my way
hearing,
home.
Hearing like how it's Apple style, I'm really curious about what that looks like because I'm super into each dispensary that I go into and what it looks like. What's the vibe? Like, it's
Great.
hard to remember good ones, and I want to go to some cool ones. In
Yeah.
Boston, there's a cool one in there. I never remember them by name, but I've been
Oh,
to like
I-
a few cool ones.
The ones that I really like, I remember by name. But Drake It is not too far off from where I live because I live in Westford. So
Okay, so you're right.
yeah, I'll pull through soon for sure.
They were really, really, really cute. And my friend Nick, he works there used to be Nature's, and he was really, really cool. So
I feel like there's a lot of that. Like there's a lot of people who have worked at several different dispensaries. Like I've heard a lot of good
an
things.
industry.
Yeah.
it's the problem, like I said, with like the first company that I was with, that sometimes your company won't treat you right. And a lot of us aren't willing to leave the industry because we realize the opportunities and like the community and like what there is and the potential that there is if you're with a good company. Like
Yeah.
how you can be happy, you can be successful and all those things. And you can, work your way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, there's a ladder. That's cool. That's awesome. Cause like,
Super dope to hear.
yeah, cause I didn't know how much of a ladder I guess there was in the industry necessarily because I'm still in like the outside. So for someone who works in retail, like I had no idea.
you can definitely move your way up. I very quickly in my store got to move up for a more like, I'd say, leadership-esque role, like helping be more, how would I say,
Like morale, like managing.
yeah, morale managing, just people troubleshooting with customers for product,
Cool.
onboard training and stuff like that.
sweet.
Which is fun.
Yeah, like a
Like
lead.
an- yeah.
Yeah. That's
Or like
dope.
an example role.
Exactly,
for other
yeah.
associates, which is nice.
Yeah.
And there are definitely other roles and for like how I started with my job, I just looked on Indeed. There's so many roles
Yeah.
open all the time in different companies.
Oh,
And,
especially right now. Like,
yeah,
you're so young.
everyone is looking to switch up and move, and but for now, just chilling.
Yeah. No, cannabis industry is like where it's at right now. Seems to be where it's at.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see where, the wrong people can have the wrong idea of it and make it a bad experience. But for the most part, like, you're dealing with a bunch of stoners.
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean?
For the most part,
Yeah.
it's like good stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Good
Mad
people.
chill vibes.
Yeah.
I can imagine, like, the community, like you said. I can imagine the community, like you mentioned. Yeah.
Yes.
It's such a good community. I can only imagine.
Yeah. And tomorrow we're going to the Summit Lounge, which is
Yeah.
like a chance for us to be involved with the community. We haven't really had many opportunities other than this podcast to like meet a bunch of different
You'll definitely
people.
like it. It's a really, really good vibe out there. Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's really, really nice.
We had him on the pod. It was
Oh.
amazing. He opened up and shared his story to us. It was
Oh, he's so
He
he's
just
the
like
man.
flowed.
Yeah.
Like he just sat down and went.
it was amazing.
That was like one of our
It
favorite
was-
ones.
Yeah, it was a great interview.
He opened up so much, and it was just fantastic, and we had a great time. We left the podcast like, wow, that's one to remember. That was a really dope episode.
Damn. He is a good person.
Yeah, he's good people.
Really, yeah. So whenever I go over to the summit, I feel welcomed because there's like multiple rooms and there's like a first little cafe lounge where you can get all like the coffees and stuff like that. The other part's like a nice little bar
Yeah.
kind of style. It's really, really nice. And the game room is cute too.
Yeah.
Just pull out your stuff. Normally, whenever I pull out like all my stuff.
Yeah, on the
and
tables.
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
imagine.
Yeah.
It's cute. It's super cute. We went there and we toured it and
nice.
like got to meet Kyle there, and that's where we met him and talked about having him on the pod. So it was really cool to like get an idea of what the Summit Lounge is, and we signed up for it. So we're excited for our first event. I'm super pumped to meet a whole bunch of people and get really nervous, but it'll be fun.
We're gonna be too stoned to be nervous.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm hoping for.
It's so cool.
It'll be good.
I love that. That's the future of the industry. We've talked about it so many times. Being able to go somewhere, consume with people publicly, listen to music, watch a game, hang out with your friends, talk, like that experience is definitely the future. Like a bar for cannabis where people can go, and they have a dispensary that's like right behind them, so you can pick up and then go to the lounge and enjoy it there. So that convenience of having both those locations. I went on my honeymoon to Houston, and it's not legal there, THC, but there was like a CBD store, and some of their shit, I'm telling you, the Delta 8, the Delta 9, that feels like weed sometimes. That shit hits.
That feels like weed sometimes.
So they had like they had different foods infused with that, and then right next to it there was a dispensary basically connected where you could buy and pick up and then enjoy it right there.
But not like THC, like Delta 8, Delta 9, all those.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that in Nashville
Interesting.
too.
But that's the future, like having a dispensary connected with a lounge that you can go and smoke in. Like,
Absolutely.
dope.
There's like another one in Rhode Island, like High Society, I feel like hosts a lot of big events and stuff like that down in Rhode Island that I want to go and check out. That's like on the list, but like so far Summit, and like for me, like over the past year, a bunch of like companies have done like hosted events at either a private place or like Summit is another
Yeah.
location. But like just to be able to consume at these parties is making the cannabis events so much better.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because
hell
it's just
yeah.
so much more cohesive, just being able to chit chat and feel like I'm in a normal environment. Because when it's at a place like a convention center where it's like, don't be smoking weed, all of a sudden, like, everyone will grab their drinks, chit chat for a little bit, do a speech, and then, like, boom, everyone's outside,
Yep.
like 25 feet from the building, you already know, and
Yep,
token
smoking.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone wants to just fucking chill out. Yeah, I can like
I'm looking forward to more open, big lounge spaces for this kind of style.
honestly, I want like a beer garden, but like a weed garden.
Yeah,
What's
like
beer
that's
garden?
what we need. Oh,
Boy,
Never heard of it.
yo, me. If I could break my neck
Both
right now, I
of you
would.
looking
you
at me
ever
like,
have summer in Boston? Like, what? What do you
The
mean?
facts,
Like,
dude. Okay,
No.
a beer
I was
garden
making
is
music.
literally literally it's just like a little closed off area where you can consume your beer outside, like so. I went to the Mayfair.
We've gone to the freaking the wine place. That's like the same thing, right?
No,
what's it called?
The winery.
The winery.
That's
That's the
different.
same.
that's a winery.
Yeah, but you know.
So
same
that's
thing.
like
classy.
Same
big.
concept.
Yeah,
The beer garden is classy too.
you're thinking big concept. So this is like a beer garden in Boston. So the Mayfair is literally they closed down like Harvard Square in Cambridge for this whole like little thing, and it's a bunch of like food vendors and street vendors, and there's beer trucks.
Like that.
Yeah, exactly. And then it's literally just a place to sit outside to drink your beer. But it's closed off because you obviously can't have beer outside in public.
right.
But you can drink beer there. So it's literally just it's like a smoking area, but for beer.
Oh, the one
and I want
next
one
to
for
it.
weed.
That's the one that I want my friggin' lounge. Yup, that one.
That one?
frickin' one. That's exactly how my lounge would look like.
Hey.
Yeah, because the big open ceilings, like with the view on the side, because people need to be under the. I bet. Ideally, water.
Yeah.
Come
Right on the
on.
harbor.
Oh my God,
Right on the
that would
harbor.
be amazing. That'd be perfect.
If you guys
Yeah.
want to do business with me, let me know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, idea.
100%. I actually
Great.
had a thought. Speaking of idea, what if you could smoke at a dispensary? How do they feel about you consuming on site? I feel like if you walked into a dispensary and the employees were smoking, that'd be a fucking vibe.
My
Yeah.
favorite thing is going to my peeps over at Mark's Organics and literally being like, "What's going on? What do you got?" And then I pull out the carta, and like I said, they pull out jars of hash, and they're like, "Well, what is the feeling?" I'm like, "Something great, whatever you think." They'll pull something out. We'll serve it up and take a dab right there. So I will
love
chit
that.
chat. I will have a consult for literally like 2.5 hours with them. They are the best.
that
Like,
sounds
That's
awesome.
the experience that I want.
That is the
That
experience.
needs to be the
I
new
feel like
standard.
and like they pull out the nugs, like you smell like it is so much fun when I go to Mark. Like, and they're really, really small and like cute, like little lobster kind of like main nest.
Oh, yeah.
thing. Yeah. Like
You
heavy
go
into
into
the
too
main
many
feel.
like retail places.
Well, no, it's because Mass is heavily regulated. Is this the main place?
Huh? Yeah,
is
that's
this-
my
Yeah. So
Maine
like
is so different.
yeah.
It's totally different vibe. It's the wild, wild west over here.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I gotta go live in Maine.
you do
You
because
don't even
that's
need to live in Maine. You get a med car and you just race up there. It's an hour drive. Let's
Hour
go.
drive?
Let's go tomorrow.
I just
Yo.
don't go to Maine often.
let's go tomorrow.
I'm fucking down.
There's not a lot of business in Maine.
Nope.
Yeah. I'm going to
But
Maine
now
next
there
week.
is.
Yeah,
It's a
I'm going,
move. It's
I'm
a
going to
move.
Maine next week. And I'm probably going to be bringing back a bunch of, but
Yes.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad I mentioned that because now there's actually a place that's like that.
dude, it's also like less taxes,
Right.
like
don't have to
way
pay.
less tax. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. It's no
some of
tax.
the- Yeah, no tax. Some places are like no tax, or the other places are like whatever sales tax is, like 6%.
minimum. Yeah, it's literally fucking minimum. I think it's like the city that imposes it, to be honest.
And I'm like,
bullshit.
sure, still. I'm like, whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Give it to me. Yeah, I've been to a few. I haven't had like I've had good experiences, but I haven't had something that's like that. But I'm definitely gonna seek that out and just look for more dispensaries now because we're gonna be there for a few days. So
It's definitely fun to check out other spots.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm out, I definitely want to try a new dispensary.
Yep.
But I definitely go back to like my favorites, Mark's, Kind Farms. All those are my like go-tos whenever I go to Maine.
I have definitely my go-tos that I love. That I'm like, if I'm in Worcester, I have to go to Good Chemistry. Like, there's no.
Oh, I love. They got some fire. The Amnesia Haze. Every time I
Dude.
get a little bit of.
Amnesia.
yeah,
Yes.
I've had that
Oh
strain.
my
That's a
God,
crazy
fire.
name. That makes me want to smoke
They
it
got
right
LSD.
now.
They got LSD. They got
Oh, shit.
crazy strain
Okay.
names. Like,
Yeah.
all drug
Let's
names.
go.
I'm like, okay.
Yep, they're
What
dope.
do they got? Like,
Names are key.
They have
Names are
fire
key. There's
edibles.
something that we have here that has a name that's like, I don't know if I want that. You
oh, I kind of
over
love
here.
those strains.
Me too.
The
Oh,
funky ones. That means they're
Tickle
gonna
my
smell.
chakra.
It was stank.
it makes me think of like of what we were talking about earlier with like what kind of cannabis things we've tried. We had this A isolate
Oh my god.
on the podcast. Like it's
The THA isolate.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the powder.
Yup. What
Yep.
do you guys think?
Amazing.
hell.
Yeah. but it wasn't like
Gone.
tunnel vision or I wasn't melted into the couch. It was like a nice clean
was.
high,
Yeah.
but I was really fucking high. But it was nice. It was really fucking nice. I was coherent.
Yeah.
For the most
did
part.
it on the podcast.
Yeah.
And had a very good conversation for a long time.
It was rolled into the joint that Christopher had brought.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that sounds fancy.
Yeah.
And then we did it together.
you.
Yeah, no problem.
with the bong hit, and that was great too. Recently.
Yeah, we just like did it. We just like put a little bit of powder on
Did we
top
kill
of it.
that? Is there
No,
still?
I think there's still some left.
Oh shit! Might have to bring that. I definitely want to smoke a J. What do we have for
I was
J's
gonna
over
say
there?
we got a Chem Fuego pre-roll.
There's
This one
also
beats it
some
about-
stuff we have there too. Do you have a sativa strain over there?
I
let me
do,
look at
too.
these.
I brought mostly sativas because that's
Ooh.
what you guys were saying you liked.
I know, that was
Smoked
so
one
kind of
these
you to
other-
ask.
Oh, yeah, of
Hell's
course.
banana. Okay, we have to do a vote. 91 octane.
I would skip that one because I thought it was pretty mid.
Oh,
Oh.
YU jelly. I think that was the one I was thinking of with a G. Damn,
YU
I
jelly
had this.
sounds good. I think I had YU jelly batter recently. It was excellent.
Oh.
Yeah.
So can you explain to me like some of the differences? Because I've seen like there's batter, there's sugar, there's wax, like
Yeah, the biggest difference is in the way in which they're processed and the temperatures at which they're processed at. Like it's very, very specific, and it'll have a different texture depending on how hot it's blown and all that. But I'm truthfully not even an expert in that aspect or field. I'm more like I know when it's like that's not what it's supposed to be. Like you know what I'm saying. But like a big difference comes in like one that has like a hash rosin versus a hash resin, and it just basically means whether it's been processed with a solvent or no solvents. And that one's just basically being like, did you add like butane or like something else besides like just the THC, like just the flower? So I really like,
Interesting.
just rosin and stuff like that because it's processed, or rosin, because it's processed with just like heat, ice, agitation, anything like that. So it's a more pure form and full spectrum version of
Good Chem has some really good live rosin carts. They're
yes.
fire carts. We just recently had them. The white ones, the white tip
Yeah,
ones.
yep.
They're,
That one
they're
was really good.
So good.
Yeah. I went through that one pretty fast. It was
Yeah.
very nice.
My brother bought like 4 of them.
You could tell the difference. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
this shit is hitting for real. And it's a good high, too. It was nice.
Yeah. They put out some really good product. And they like you said, house some really good product. Like they usually have really good stuff. I
I was
found
gonna say
some.
Lift Ticket too was another good one. I'm trying to think of other strains I've had from them.
They
but
just like
they
have
do
a good
work
collection.
overall.
Yeah.
Overall.
I got peanut butter squares from them one time. Like best, hands down, best edible I've ever had in my life. They're like small squares and they're 5 milligrams. They're so easy to eat. And every single fucking time I go there, we ask about them and they never have them. I've gotten them like 3 times
Heartbreaking.
there. Yeah.
I need to do that more. Like, cook with cannabis.
Cook with
Gotta do that
cannabis.
more, bake or something.
Oh yeah, just
Gotta do
press
it
it
more.
with the.
I just saw the like a cake mix at work.
Ooh, see that? I gotta do
Levy's just
that
came
more.
out with a cake mix. That sounds so fire.
Yeah.
I'm like,
The brownies? They were the brownies, right? No,
yeah,
the
we
cookies
made-
that you brought.
No, they were brownies.
Brownies.
Yeah,
oh my
I made
God.
I made our friend, one of our friends gave us not our friends, B's uncle gave us like a stick of butter that he had at home, and we used half of. He was like, use half of it to make brownies. I was like, okay, bet. We used half of it to make brownies, and because my brother wanted edibles for his birthday, and we were gonna go to the aquarium, and he wanted to be really high for his birthday, so I was like, edibles are gonna get you really high for the aquarium. So I made a
great time.
fucking bunch of a bunch of brownies and brought them and was like, here you go, guys, eat these before we go to the aquarium. And it was so much fun. So much fun.
But let's be honest, the Boston Aquarium needs work, dude.
It's always needed work.
Yeah, it's so small too. We got through it so fast. I lived in Atlanta for a few years, and that aquarium is unreal. Unreal. You can walk through like certain parts where you're just covered in glass and they're swimming above you, and it's super interactive.
that is
And
nice.
there's sharks. I mean, they have everything, so it's incredible. I mean, we could say what we want about like aquariums being, a good thing to have in general. But if I'm gonna go, it better fucking bang.
Oh
like
my
you
God.
better put everything into making this incredible.
Like the best life for the animal. That
Exactly.
Yeah, you better
And-
be leaping off. Better have the best,
Yeah.
biggest.
I was thinking
Gnarliest
about that when I was
habitat.
there. I was like, this isn't that bad, man. Like if they're in the wild,
It's
they're not
different
getting
for- it's-
fed at the same time every single day, never worrying about if they're hungry or if they're worried, they get bathed, they get cleaned, like they have everything they want. There are certain sacrifices, of course,
I think-
and they're
Oh
being
my
trapped
God.
against their will. Like
Yeah.
there's,
I'm
there's,
dead.
I'm saying there's sides.
Not a wild
there's
animal.
sides.
Yeah. But
Freedom's a big one.
Devil's advocate while I was there and just thinking
Oh.
about it. You know what I mean?
it is also different though. Like an aquarium is different than like SeaWorld.
I was
Right,
just about
right.
to say,
And Miami
because I'm like, am I
Aquarium,
going to be
like-
devil's advocate? Like, how you
Fuck
feel about the
SeaWorld.
poor orcas up in SeaWorld? Like, they're
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
That's it. Yeah,
Fuck SeaWorld.
it's definitely different. Definitely different from that. But I don't know. Yeah, it always needed work. Go to the Mystic one in Connecticut. It's still small, but it's more interactive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it, you got to do it right. 100%.
I don't know. I've been to like the best. If I've been to like a really good aquarium, and I do feel like the last time I went over to the Boston one, I was like, oh my
That's
God.
why you jelly, by the way.
Word.
I had
I
a
was
question. And it escaped me.
It's okay.
I had
Oh,
so many questions, but then I keep stopping, or like I just feel high and I just stop talking. I'm so sorry.
We have before we started like actually posting a whole bunch of episodes, we had filmed a bunch of episodes to like get into the groove of everything.
We did 10, I think.
And I think like almost every single episode, there's a shot of me being like, I forgot I was gonna say I'm sorry. Like I forgot my point. I'm sorry. I'm really high. Like there's so many shots of me just being like, I'm really sorry. I don't remember what I was gonna say. But I do remember what I was gonna say now. Have you done any cups like cannabis cups?
Cups? What the fuck is a cup?
Like Harvest Cup. And
Yeah, like a competition. Yeah.
No, not yet. But Nikan, I'm really, really hoping and looking forward to going and
Me too.
attending. So like that's what I have in mind for March.
Same. That's the one I think I sent you and told you about that we talked to Christopher about getting us onto. Because I can't find any like judging information online. I can just find
Yes.
attending
So
information.
It just finished for like so like I want to say early January or so, someone posted and they were saying that they were looking for judges, and I had seen it online on my break, so I immediately applied, and then it was till like the 5th or the 4th or the 5th that they were
Accepting
doing-
applications.
yeah.
Got you. I must have just missed it, to be honest with you. Because I think I saw something about it like last year or during like one of the last cups that they had in a different part of like in California or something like that. And they were posting about how next year they'd be in Boston. And I was like, we have to jump on this because I had just missed the Harvest Cup. Like literally I didn't know when the bags were going to drop. And I didn't know that like you could just show up and register. So the day that they dropped, I was at fucking work and I saw it on Instagram and I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm literally
Missing
not
out.
near. Yeah. And I was like, not near any. I could not pick up a bag full of fucking weed in the middle of work when I work with my father. Where the fuck was I going to put it?
in the
Trunk
trunk.
of someone's car.
No, you gotta put it where the spare tire
No, but I
is.
hear it.
Yeah.
You can't actually leave. You can't do it. It's not. It's like
Yeah. It's
I
just.
wanted
In
to
the customer's
spend the
car.
money on going to Maine. I ended up.
the
I want the
customer's
same
car.
week. It was my like restock week. So I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
and
The
I go to
hood.
Maine or I buy this harvest.
Gotcha.
bag.
Gas tank.
So that was my.
Yeah. You had the choice to make.
Yeah, I did.
I feel that though. I would have gone to Maine too. That makes sense.
It was such a fucking good bag.
Yeah.
It was worth it. I had so stocked on edibles. I have still so much like little bits of like the hash like here and there and there and this, but like it's still.
How are you on edibles? Like, how many milligrams do you like to take?
Oh, yeah, I didn't even answer
ask.
that question.
That's what I was gonna ask you when you were telling us about the peanut butter squares. What's your how many milligrams are you eating of the peanut butter squares?
Dude, okay, so I probably ate, when I ate them, I probably ate like 80 at once.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah. Like, because my tolerance is fairly high. If I
No,
eat,
okay, that's totally normal.
if I eat 50,
Not
it's
enough.
like, no.
It's
and
blah.
exactly. And then if I end up eating like 70, I'll pass out. And then if I've noticed if I eat 100, I'll also pass out because I want to get past 100. I want to see what that's like.
Easy. Go to Maine. Get anything
Yeah.
from Maine.
I need to just get like sativa infused ones because usually when I pick up edibles. They're always hybrid or
Hybrid, yeah.
indica.
It's really, really hard to get anything that's actually like a sativa blend with those effects.
Yeah.
Without doing something like THCV, which is a cannabinoid associated with that more uplifting, energizing feeling. So if I were to suggest one from Mass, I would say those Chiba Chews in the lemon meringue with a 1-to-1 THCV. Fire.
Damn, that's a
Uplifting.
crazy
Yeah.
recommendation.
I will look for those because those are good. I've tried. They did a pop up at Collective in Littleton because I go there all the time.
I was gonna say I like Collected. They're fun.
Yes, they are. Oh, the people there are always amazing. They're so much fun. And the person at the desk, like, it's a long hallway from the front door, but like the moment you walk in through the front door, like, hey, how you doing? And they're like shouting, but it's like it's so great because you're like, hey, how are you? I'm good. I'm here to pick up weed.
Like, just my bad.
Exactly. I'm like, it's such a great day because I'm here and I get to see you guys and you were gonna give me buds. But yeah, they did a pop up and I got to try. They were doing like little samples of their chews and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna try this.
I love a
so
taffy. Love a taffy edible. It's like one of my favorite kinds of edibles.
Haha.
How
And you need more.
How many milligrams do you do?
I will definitely start like to feel like kind of high. Like I can definitely like feel something at the 50, but I prefer something a little bit higher, like the 70 range, 80. That's ideal. If I could get something in the quick 100, it's kind of hard though to eat the whole
Exactly.
gummy.
Right.
So like I end up always stopping around that like 70 mark, 60 mark.
Yeah. Because you're just like shoving candy down your throat at
Yeah,
like
I'm like-
at one point. Because they're always 5. Like the regulations in Mass, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it's like 5 per piece.
Yep.
100 per
Container.
whatever. Yeah.
Exactly.
So it's like, okay. So now I have to fucking eat all of
Literally
this shit.
a bunch of, and like half of the time, like if you get the wrong edible, it's like fuck, I'm screwed. Like
It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's
It's-
the worst experience ever.
I just did that. I literally just recently did that. I got some and I was like, it'll be okay. Like it's citrus. No, they were like those like lemon candies, but with the hard sugar all around them.
Oh no.
Gross.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say miss.
Yeah. No, I thought it was like orange or something.
No,
Not
I
lemons.
can't.
Not
See, I
lemon.
love lemon, but like if the sugar coating, a bad
Yeah.
sugar coating, I'm like, don't fuck
Yeah.
with that. No.
No, I only like the gummies. The chocolates always taste like shit.
Oh no. You haven't had the right chocolate.
Yeah,
then they're
facts.
so
So many
chocolates
good
are
ones.
fire out there.
I feel like consistently the gummies. I'm like,
Dude, I'd rather eat the chocolate. I could take the whole chocolate bar to the face. That's fine. I can't do the gummies.
Oh, I could do both, but like it really depends. Like it's just gotta be good quality.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
Incredibles. Oh my god, you ever have a Bay State bar?
Yo,
Bay
Bay
State
bar.
bar.
I gotta travel
milk
more
chocolate
for the weed that I
toffee.
get.
Oh.
I just do it out of convenience,
I-
like whatever's closer and I can get quick. Other
I'm
than
always
the
out.
gifts that we've so wonderfully had people bring for us to try and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I feel like
expand.
I feel like I'm always out, but I'm also the person who's like, let me look at their deals. Like,
That
Oh, I
is-
what
love looking at the
specials?
deal. What's
like,
the special? Let
yeah.
me see what's on. What? Ah, yes, it's so good.
they're awesome.
Incredible.
So yummy.
I
Oh my
just watched
god.
that movie again like 2 weeks ago.
And that's all I've been thinking of is the Incredibles movie.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Way ahead of its time. That looks nice.
No, it's so delicious. I
yeah.
need like 10 of them
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
They're really good. They are really good.
I would probably like say that that's probably one of the best chocolate bars up in the state.
Okay.
But also,
I gotta get on that.
oh,
What?
I was gonna say Kiva also has a churro bar, pretty fire. I'd also say Heirloom Collective's got a white chocolate bar that's in a vanilla chai,
Ooh.
fire with like organic ingredients too. Like, come on.
Oh shit.
Wells, there's a couple.
would like that.
Tasteology's got a good milk chocolate bar, creamy. Like,
Oh my god, you know your shit.
no, I've
Yeah.
been trying products.
Yeah.
I've been
That's
out here
crazy.
like, oh, I'm trying to think of other really good ones. I love like if the cannabis taste is kind of hidden, I'm like good because you're only working with 5 milligrams.
Yeah.
Over in Maine, like you're working with like a tiny little square being like literally 50 milligrams, 100 milligrams,
Yep.
and you barely have a taste. So I'm like, you guys need to up your games, like the chefs over here, like
Yeah.
Right.
to be more on that consumer side, like making a good product that
Yeah.
you want to have.
It sucks because I feel like they probably want to, and the state just like isn't there yet. They're just
Yeah.
like, no, we don't want
That's
to
what's
like.
holding back everything.
Well,
With everyone that we've talked to, with Chris, with
It started with the
Kyle
carts.
especially for sure.
Started with the stupid carts.
Yeah, I pushed everything back.
Yep.
When we had to like do the releases on like this is gonna like You're talking about like the
what it was
dangerous?
yeah,
to smoke like carts. It's
yeah,
like,
when they
we don't
banned it
know.
all.
Yeah,
And they banned like all the flavors cuz it like
I'm like terpenes are different.
yeah, exactly.
I'm like that's found in your fruit.
Yeah.
It's not a chemical.
Yeah. Yeah, it's stupid. Yeah, did you not know that?
No.
Like a lot of the terpenes that are in the weed, you find them in like natural things,
Yeah, they're plant and fruit derived.
Oh, I didn't know that.
like lavender.
Makes sense. It's a
I
plant.
forget what terpene is associated with it, but I've been learning. I've been looking at the terpenes more since we've been having more like guests enlighten me on shit.
Yeah.
I think it's the. I'm not even gonna try butchering it, but it's
Yeah,
with
it's like
with
weird.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh, it's the L one. It's the L one.
yeah,
it's really weird. It's like
I'm not,
yeah.
yeah. Don't even take cut that
keep
out right
going.
now.
No,
Cut
you
that-
got
cut
it.
that
You
out
got
right now.
it. You got
started.
it. You got it. Commit.
I think it's like. No, I won't even know.
Pull up a list
It's
of
like-
terpenes, please. It's TEREPE. I don't know actually.
Yeah, that one. That's the first one. Yeah.
Cut back to the spelling bee clip.
Yeah, no way. No, because here's the thing. There's no chance. I'm dyslexic, so that's exactly why I'm like, I'm not even gonna fucking play that game.
I'm okay at grammar. Let's say that. Not
I'm
spelling.
horrible. I'm horrible.
I definitely always needed someone to run it back. I'm like, writing. The worst thing would be writing like a paper or anything like that, and going back. I'm like, why is everything in a different tense? Like in this paragraph
Yes.
and this
Yep.
paragraph. I'm like, we
Yeah.
have to change the whole thing, and I'll be like editing it, and I'll be like past tense, but I'm talking in present tense. So I'm
Yep.
like updating it as I'm writing, and it's like changing the whole thing. I'm like, oh my god.
I used to do the same thing with the past tense. Yeah, all the time. Now I'm just like I'm like constantly typing, constantly looking at things and reading. So I've gotten a lot better at just like not typing, but like spelling. Clearly not
Yeah.
enough, but
100%. What's your nationality, if you don't mind me asking?
My parents are from El Salvador.
Oh, that's
Were you
awesome.
born there?
No, I was born here in the States, but I'm actually going back coming up in a month.
Oh,
I'm
that's
so
exciting.
excited to go. Yeah.
First time?
No, it's actually going to be my third time, but I
Nice.
haven't been in over 10
I
years.
mean, that's how it is. My
Yeah.
family's from Colombia. She's Brazilian, so it's like
Cool.
we both have family over there, and it's when you get to visit, it's awesome, and it's here and there for sure.
I was going to say far and few between visits,
Yeah,
honestly.
Absolutely. For me, it's been like more recently. I've been going more often, but I think I'm at like 6 or 7 times.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you've been quite a few times. That's
yeah,
awesome.
like the last time was maybe was it last year? Might have been last year actually, a year and a half ago
Yeah,
or so.
I thought so.
So, and I'll probably go again in the next 5 years, hopefully.
Oh, that's
Again.
good. That's
So
Y'all
like, I
put
try
me-
and keep it every 5 years if I can.
I was
put
going to
me to
say,
shame.
everyone now needs a vacation.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all are putting me to shame.
And my
When was the
entire
last time you went?
Yo,
Brazil is far,
I have not been to
dude.
Brazil in 20 years.
That's tough.
That,
Yeah.
that was
Even
my
on
mom, her first time going back. 20 years.
So like the last time that I went, we went to like we were in the process of getting all of our paperwork together to be in the US.
Oh, so it's been a minute.
Yeah. So like I was born there. And then we moved here when I was 2. Well, we like came here when I was 2 on a visa, and then we just like overstayed our welcome for a while until like we were honestly just waiting for, now I realize what we were waiting for, but like we were waiting for my grandmother to become a citizen because she's the one who got us over here in the first place. Because once she became a citizen, she kind of opened the door for us to be here legally and get all our all of our paperwork and
settled.
shit. So we went back there when I was like 10, and I just haven't been able to go back. My parents have gone back a few times, but it's hard for us because we're a family of 5, and then like we just kept growing from there. So it's like, how do you get 7 fucking people to Brazil?
And it gets harder and harder and harder as the family expands. Like
Exactly.
it's hard to get everyone to go at the same time. You kind of have to break it apart and just make it work.
I was gonna say either you're coming or you're not, and if you're not booking the trip, that's exactly how my aunt was like, I'm setting up a trip this week. Either y'all are coming or not. And I was like, when is actually the next time I'm gonna be able to go to El Salvador, like with my family, with like
Yeah.
anyone I know? Like, I don't know. So I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's dope. I'm glad that you set that up.
We're gonna go.
Yeah,
And I'm gonna go with
dude.
you.
It's just a long ass fucking
I
trip.
know, dude.
It's so
Every time we
long.
talk about it.
What is the?
It's like it's in the teens for hours, like on the plane from here to there, and then like depending on where you're going, like where I went for my dad's family, where they were last time, I remember taking like a bus. Like we got off the plane and then we took a bus and then we drove for what seemed like hours, and then we got to where we were going. And I was just like, "What the fuck?"
Do you
dude?
fly to Rio?
I don't even remember, but probably
Probably, and then another flight, and then a
maybe
bus,
not even
and then
yeah.
13 hours nonstop.
Oh, jeez. Well,
Not
nonstop.
9
No,
hours.
it's not even. Well, that's the only way. That's the only option. I couldn't do a
It
stop.
definitely
That's
was
just
not
exhausting.
nonstop. Yeah, definitely was
Yeah,
not
definitely not. That's a new thing for sure. They're doing that in a lot of places now.
Non-stop flights.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
Internationally,
dude. 9,
a lot of
almost
those
10
now.
hours on a flight.
It makes sense. No
Fucking
one
kidding
wants to
me?
take that. It's so stressful to be
It's the
in
worst
the
part of
fucking.
flying.
Yeah, literally. Last time I was flying, I came from DR. I was so fucking hungover and just feeling awful, and I
Same.
couldn't get onto the flight. And my friend didn't speak Spanish, and we couldn't get her to the airport. And I was like, so we flew different flights too. We came in different flights and like met up. And let me tell you, like I
That makes me think
never ever want to get on. Like I have anxiety just thinking about going to the
The
airport
worst
all
because
over
you have to
again.
go through immigration, and that's just
And then
like,
taking
Customs.
your stuff with you on your thing,
Dude,
You know what I mean? Something
yeah.
about your pocket or
Torture.
wherever it goes.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh,
You
my
already know.
God.
You gotta pick your
You're like
stuff.
shitting your brick. Yep.
Yeah, I was
Dude.
sweating. I'm like looking over. I'm like, is my bag okay?
yeah,
We went
especially
to
when I
the
was
dog,
younger, I'd get
okay?
paranoid.
Yeah. Oh my God. We went to Cancun for my mom's 50th birthday a few years ago, and like it was like 16 of us, so it was already hectic,
I'm so grateful I dodged that experience, but go on.
dude. And like, the flight back home was so long, and then like we were going through customs, and then they were like, they told my dad that he needed to stop and they needed to talk to him at customs, and I was like, what the fuck is this about? So I stayed back, and everyone was like, okay, we're gonna go like wait out front for the Logan Express, which is the bus that comes every fucking half an hour or every hour, whatever it is. And so I'm chilling in customs with my dad in this fucking room, and I'm watching the time. Like, I just want to get home. This has been so long because we waited on the fucking airplane for hours to leave because there was a medical emergency. So we were delayed for hours to get home. And I had enough. I had fucking had enough. And then customs finally like didn't give us much information, but told us some stuff. And then I was just like, you know what? Go fuck yourself. Like, bye. We left, and me and my dad are like running. I was like, Dad, we have to take this bus. Like, we have to get on this bus. We have to get on this bus. We get there, we get our fucking shit loaded onto the bus. We're looking for a place to sit, and they're like, nope, we're overloaded. You guys have to get off. And I was like, you're fucking joking me right now.
Same thing happened to me. Basically, I had to sprint just to get to the doors being closed.
No.
So it was all not worth it, and I ran for 15 minutes.
Dude,
15 minutes.
Heartbreaking.
My grandmother almost killed her because we had to run that much. Literally, like she was, bro, like a mile back, but we were still running. Like, what if we'll hold the doors?
dude, someone
And
should have
then
picked her up.
She had to stop. Like, she just couldn't.
Oh no.
Yeah, both of them, like both of my grandparents, it was tough. But
Dude.
I mean, dude, if you have to sprint in an airport,
I was
that's when
gonna
you
say
know you're
I was.
fucked.
I was doing that
You're
one
never
time,
gonna
and my
make
friend
it.
was lagging behind. I grabbed her. I was like, "Girl, we are going! Like, there's no
Yeah.
stopping.
Yep.
We can't miss a flight because unfortunately, we just spent all of the trip money. It's
Yep.
already spent. Like, we got to go make the money now. Like,
That's the panic, though. That's the panic. Is like, you don't want to miss this fucking flight because you don't have to deal with the bullshit that comes after with
Yup.
missing the
The
flight. It's so
nightmare.
annoying.
And in my case, I missed my flight in Italy, so I already don't speak their language. I can kind of understand it, but you can't communicate at all.
Yeah.
Oh, you must have been in a fucking blender.
Oh my
I
god!
was gonna
And
say, when
then
you're
it gets
just
worse
stressed.
because we missed our flight. We had to change our connecting flight, and we had to fly to France. And I don't fucking know French. I got to see the Eiffel Tower through the window when we were coming into Paris, which is pretty cool. But it was horrible. Being like talking to everyone, it was horrible. The only thing that made it work was the World Cup was happening at the same time.
I'm dead.
It was the final and it was the penalties. So I'm like watching it as I'm going through security. I got to pass it to the guy that's where you go through the metal detector. He just like held it for me. as I could watch the penalties as I'm like going through security.
I'm dead.
It was crazy, and you can hear people screaming and celebrating. It was super dope, but horrible experience, especially in an airport. If you can't communicate, like you don't know where the fuck you're going.
Dude, that was my mom in Portugal. She went like with my grandmother and my brother and aunt and some cousins, and they missed a flight in Portugal, and they couldn't find like the kiosk or anywhere for their airlines, and there wasn't anyone around. She calls me. I'm at home. It's 3:00 in the morning. My mom is panicked. She's like, I can't figure this out. I need your help. Blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, send me all the fucking information for your flight stuff. And I like went into the website, got into her account and was able to like change it super quick and got them like on the next flight and did all this shit. And I was like, here, it's done. It's taken care of. Clutch. She was just in such a fucking panic. And like her phone, she didn't have internet. So like that, yeah, she was like connecting to the Wi-Fi and that's how she was calling me, but it wouldn't work for anything else. And I was like, just send me the fucking shit. I like woke up and was in a panic because my mom is calling me in a panic at 3:00 in the morning. She's in fucking Portugal. And I'm like,
hello.
Yeah, literally. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what the fuck is going on? I was just glad I woke up.
No, you were the angel she needed in that moment. You saved her for
Clutch.
real.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Are you kidding
Without
me?
you.
Dude.
Like in that moment,
both
just
my
boom,
parents.
boom, boom. Like, come on.
Traveling is the worst.
Yep.
Are there any other places you traveled to? You had to take a flight?
Oh, I've traveled to a few places actually. I've been to. I think one of my favorite trips was in going to like. I would say, the Galapagos Islands was crazy because there are so many little spots to get to. First of all, you'll land on this island that's not even really the island, and they're like, all right, we're gonna check everything, and if you don't have something that's like legal, like we're taking it, or you can't have it here, because they're very, very strict on what you can bring in, because you can't cause any damage to the.
Did you lose it? Oh,
No, I killed it.
it's all good.
But
I have a lighter right here.
Is that the why you jelly one still?
Yeah. You can switch it up too. We have a lot of shit here.
I just tasted the jelly. That's why I was like, oh.
That makes sense. You want to try Hell's Banana?
yeah,
Let's do it. I think this is like the most consistently we've smoked on the pod so far.
Think so?
Yeah, I think like,
so,
yeah, right?
definitely.
Like, I think you have definitely like smoked us up a lot.
we're
Definitely
cool.
very fucking
Yeah.
stoned for sure.
No, it's cool.
typically when I'm like on my own time or like doing something, I would be sitting down like reviewing, doing like chilling with the dog, watching a movie with like the folks, or kicking back, or sometimes I am doing it alone or wherever. I love being by water.
Oh yeah. I love being outside and smoking weed.
Shout out Rivers, man.
Yeah.
Shout out for real, honestly. Just
That is a deep cut. So
when I was flying to Galapagos, they first had us go onto this plane. We go onto like check in. They're like, all right, you're good to go. Like, go stand outside. It's literally just a friggin' like rock out. It's we're like waiting. I feel like we took two mini planes now. We went from like a smaller plane to like two little planes to like a water ferry to a taxi on another little island that goes on like a bus.
That's wild.
That like
sounds like torture.
it was crazy. It took hours actually to really get to the Galapagos Islands. But once we actually got to Galapagos, it was friggin' lit. Like, it just took a lot to get there because, first of all, we couldn't just go straight to Ecuador. You had to go to, you couldn't go to Galapagos. You had to go to Ecuador first.
Oh, that's
like, yeah. So, like, that was like that's a country that I guess owns Galapagos.
So that's like the port of entry.
Yeah.
Well, so that's probably why they took the small planes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because they don't have one.
Exactly. Or it's small. It can't take like a Boeing. It was probably like a twin engine plane.
Something like that. I don't know. It was like,
Have you heard about that plane news recently?
what plane is?
I forget the specific model,
It's a
but this
broad question.
it's
What?
I thought I can't tell if it was big news for them or just news for me. That's why I asked. I don't know if you heard about it.
I missed what you said. I'm high. I don't even. I have no fucking idea what you said at all.
He wants to know if you heard about the plane news. The news about the plane.
There's recently been
What
a lot of
plane?
issues
You heard about that
with
plane
a ton
news?
of planes and the fact that the manufacturer has come out and said a lot of our planes have
Have had
issues
this,
and
yeah.
we have to pull them all out and it's
With the door, yeah.
it's crazy.
How was someone not sitting there? How are those seats empty? Because
There's only
like,
so much you can pay a fucking
insane.
mechanic to give a fuck. I think.
Wasn't it
It's
like luck?
every time I'm on
You
a
could pay
plane,
me to give
it's
a
like,
fuck, honestly.
Again, I missed it.
I know. Me and Edy,
Oh, it's
as
sorry.
always,
okay.
having our side conversation.
It's okay.
Yeah. Planes are fucking scary. I hate flying. I love traveling and I hate flying.
Yeah, last time I was on the plane, when I was coming from DR, I was hungover. The person next to me was really fucking uptight, and his wife was just there trying to mellow him out.
Oh,
And
that's
they
that's
were
even
like
more annoying.
still they were. It was the time when you still had to have the mask on in the
Oh,
plane, and I'm like,
torture.
that's fine, it's fine. I can honestly do it. The problem was that some bitch thought she was better than everybody else.
Yep.
And was like, no, I'm not doing that. And we were like, literally, we can't take up the flight if we don't do that. And the way this guy started like boiling over, I was like, sir, I need you to mellow out because you're making me really nervous. Like he was agitated, and then he was like, I need you, and then his wife was like, Bill, I need you to collect yourself. And like I was scared, honestly. Tensions on a plane are high at
Of
all
course, his
times.
name was Bill.
Dude, okay, but like
Perfect.
Everyone just trying to come home from, and it's
Yeah.
like a tropical place to Boston. You already know everyone on the flight's got
so
some
the
type
morale's
of.
already
Yes, everyone's like, all right, I'm
waiting for a reason, man.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, I swear to God, like test me right now.
Bill, I need you to collect yourself.
I'm like, she being stern right now.
Yeah,
she
for
laid down
real.
on the law. Okay.
For real.
Oh,
I need
shit.
you to collect yourself. That's like I'll pray for you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get involved. I'm just gonna sit my happy ass down, put on my headphones, and watch a movie.
Dude,
I was there, master. My TV, all of the TVs.
Blast that shit.
Oh gosh.
it just depends. It just depends on what's going on for me to get involved. Like y'all got some fighting going on? No, that's not with me.
No,
that's
no,
not with me.
absolutely not.
But like there's some unjust bullshit happening. Yeah, I'm gonna say something. You're not gonna get away
No,
with
of
that
course,
shit.
man. Yeah, of course, for sure. The only time I get agitated is with babies. I get it, 100%. But if they're crying for like 4 hours in a row,
Okay, but then you gotta get agitated with the parent, not the baby.
yeah, I
There's the
guess
baby's
okay.
broken.
I guess not directly at the baby. I'm saying I'm
Yo,
angry at the situation. Why am I here in this situation?
Oh, I see. Yes.
Why are you flying with this baby? I hope you
Oh,
fucking
on
need
the
to go
plane.
somewhere because this baby should not be on a plane if it's 6 hour plus. That's insane.
I literally just thought that you meant babies in general. I completely forgot about the plane thing that we were talking about, and I just thought that you fucking meant that you get agitated
My
by
bad.
babies, and that's why I was like,
That could be on me. I'm not sure. I'm pretty
And he's
stoned.
just in a supermarket and he's like, what the fuck is this baby doing?
No,
here?
but honestly, yes, because like put
Just
the
like a single
babysitter,
mother.
I can't.
Scraping by and Andy's pissed.
I can't handle other people's kids. Like
Yeah.
working with the public. Like I'm so thankful that you can't take your kid into the dispensary
Oh,
because
no.
like,
Some people do try to be bringing their kid in the dispensary. They just don't care.
nah, bruh.
Yeah.
Nah, bruh.
Yeah, I'm like, come on, make this make sense. Come on,
Yeah.
you have to show me your. Come on, I know they're not smoking weed per se, but like,
That doesn't mean that you're not gonna put them in the car and roll and like light up that joint
Yeah.
while you drive around with them in the car.
literally,
That's that's the liability that unfortunately the dispensary can't fucking take.
the other day, oh my god, I pull in from my break, and I see a woman. She's like smoking in the parking lot. You can't do that in a dispensary because
Yeah.
then you get fined. It's not good for you. So I'm like, you can't do that. And she's like, why? I'm like, because all the signs say so. And she's
I
like,
see them everywhere.
Yeah, you
says it like everywhere she reads it. She's like, I'm sorry. And I like just flash the little badge, and she's like, oh. I'm like, all right. So now you know. Like,
Yeah.
I work here. Like, I'm not just saying this to just be a bitch. Like, I'm just fucking telling you what's up. And she's like, it's because the baby's in the car. And, like, she's smoking. I'm like, girl, don't do this for your baby. Don't smoke this cigarette for your baby. Like, stop. Don't just not do it in the car. Just don't do it. But when you were saying about the baby crying, what do you think about, like, the kid kicking you? Do you talk to the parent or do you talk to the kid?
Oh no, I look the kid dead in the
Because I was
eyes
gonna say,
first. I start there. I fucking grill his shit.
Oh, you don't even say nothing? Because
No, the eyes do the work.
I think like
Silence is power.
Yeah.
I've seen
I
you
look
do
at him
that.
like I'm gonna kill him.
no, I've seen you do that. I've seen you do that to children, and it's
That's
like it's great because it's really intimidating. But like I can't do that to a child. I can't look at a child that way, unfortunately, even
a
though
good
they piss
person.
me off. But like I think the first thing for me is to instinctively look for the parent, because when I'm dealing with a child, normally it's been in a retail setting. I can't necessarily approach a child and be like,
I try
fuck
to
ass
just-
bitch, what
I
the
didn't
fuck are
say-
you doing?
I'm not, you didn't say
Like-
cuss. I'm not gonna fucking cuss. That's crazy.
No, but like I don't have it in me to even approach a kid like as someone else's kid and be like, "What are you doing?" Like I would be like, "Hey, can you go yell at that kid and get them to stop doing that with the displays?" Because I couldn't do it. I literally couldn't bring myself to do it to a kid.
I had a kid in Colombia spit in my face.
No, okay, that's a different level.
That's a drop kick.
Spit in my
there.
I was
face.
just about to
That's
say,
a drop-
I
absolutely.
looked at him, I
Are
said,
you
I'm-
kidding
That's a
me?
drop
Done,
kick.
done.
That's
You're
a
done.
drop kick with the steel toe.
It's a different story.
Yelled at him very loud, did not touch him. Then he ran to his mom in the store and started crying, but she saw that shit, so she ripped into him.
Oh my god.
Ripped into him and then grabbed him and spanked his shit.
Yeah, I can only
Because-
So that kid
like-
deserves that and more, but that's probably why he's here. You spanked him maybe a little too hard, or you're fucking abusive. I don't know, but
I'm dead.
to spit in someone's face, like a kid to
Dude.
spit in someone's face, where the fuck do you see that? Like,
Yeah.
how do you get that desire to want to do that? You're going through some shit.
Yep.
I was gonna say,
Sure.
I've been spit on when I was working at Walgreens. Dude,
I've been
just
spit
mad-
on. I've
Yeah,
been spit on.
they're like,
It's
don't
not fun.
want to pay the. You know how you gotta put your phone number in to the.
Oh yeah.
thing?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you gotta. If you want the vitamins, buy one get one. You just gotta give me that phone number, man. He's like, I'm not doing that. I'm like, cool. So you're not getting the deal. I'm like, oh my God, like.
Not be worth the
Like-
job. I'd send it over the counter.
What
That's
the?
where I like.
I was
the line.
16.
Like the
I
Judge
was
video.
16.
Oh, no.
I'm
Like
like
the
traumatized.
fucking
I'm just
Judge
like,
video.
Yeah.
what?
Damn, I can
Have
only
you seen that-
imagine.
have you seen that
What
guy
the
that
fuck?
jumped over
Oh, the
fu-
judge?
Yes,
Dude.
to tackle the judge. Have you seen that clip?
He got like
Oh my
16
God,
more
you need to see
charges.
this clip.
Please pull it up. He got like
They
16
brought
more
him in a
charges
fucking
added.
mask the next time. 16 charges?
He got like
Oh, well,
16
good.
additional charges.
Good, well deserved. Because why you acting like that? You're a grown ass adult. Fucking collect yourself.
When
I'm
you
gonna
see
need you
this
to collect
video,
yourself.
You're gonna think this guy's an elite athlete. It's
I
incredible what he
love
Like,
does.
get this guy on the court now.
It's shocking.
Now. I'm so
To
dead.
attack a judge, man, like I don't even know why he was there in the first place.
That's what you're asking
But you
for.
gotta
You just
be-
want time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, for
Like you
real.
just don't give a fuck.
She-
So however,
he
wherever
just-
you're there, you're just like
He literally
People
just
who
like
are more
had a moment.
action than like thought are like just like baffling to me. I'm like,
Yep.
how did you not think this was gonna cause a consequence? Like for real?
Same.
non-conscious NPCs, bots,
Dude,
those kinds of
they're
people.
they're emotionally reactive. It's like they're not they don't
To
have
me,
the emotional
screaming
intelligence.
might be emotionally reactive. Jumping over that shit and like doing something actually is like
Psycho. Yeah, you're
no,
right.
you're
You're right.
tapped.
You're right. You're right. I'll give that.
Psychotic.
That's a good point. That's a good
Right?
point.
But
No,
like,
you're right.
But then
Yeah.
again, maybe I'm always just so high that I just can't actually like
No,
nudge out and
dude,
do
it's it's vicious. Like I like understand that he could have gotten angry, but angry to this point, like she was just telling you what you deserved.
Oh, you gotta see this. It's nuts.
What?
It's insane.
He just fully leaped over that.
Yeah, and he like
Is it
he
just that
holds
clip?
he holds on to her for a while. And then her clerk like came to the rescue because her clerk like is the person who's like fucking like dragging him, trying to drag him off of her.
Yeah,
It was
'cause-
intense,
Are you kidding me?
dude. Literally cleared the whole fucking like podium, like the whole judge's podium that she's sitting on. He just complete like no part of his
I was
body
gonna
touched
say, just
it.
didn't touch it, just floated over.
Yes,
The grace of God.
I have no idea how the
He's
fuck
like, just
he
gonna
jumped.
beat your ass. Like,
I'm like, did you do? Are you like pole vaulting? Like what? How the fuck did you get up there? Yeah, no, that video was dramatic. I saw it and I was like, a human's capable of doing that.
The next day, like, or not the next day, whenever he was asked to come back to court, the same judge requested that he be, I think, masked, muzzled.
muzzled
his
like a dog.
Yes.
Yes.
He also
It's
is
fucking
handcuffed
crazy.
and he's shackled at his feet too.
That's excessive.
Deserved.
That's like they were trying. But
You're
you know
a
what?
dog.
If
I'm gonna
you wanna,
treat you like a dog.
I was just about to say, you want to act up? We're gonna fucking act up in court too.
Yep.
We're gonna do it the legal way.
Yeah.
You want to just be so vicious and crazy?
Dude,
Well, gonna have to treat you like a vicious and crazy person.
just smoke some weed, man.
For real.
Just
Shout
smoke
out
some
weed.
fucking weed, bro.
We've smoked a lot today. God damn.
Oh yeah, ready?
That's him?
The new judge just threw
That's
a whole
pretty
book at
laggy.
him.
Fam.
5, 6, 7, 8, and 9
Oh, the
are
cop
all
is in the way,
battery on an
too.
officer, the same name victim. Oh, and by the way, I do not know any
Cop,
of the other
move.
victims named in the criminal complaint. Those are all felony offenses. Count 10, performance of act or neglect of duty and willful or wanton disregard of safety or persons of property
Music, I did
resulting
all
in
that?
substantial bodily harm or death, a felony. Battery on a protected person, count 11, that's a gross misdemeanor offense. Count 12, battery by a prisoner, a felony.
She
Count
practiced it. Yeah, she did
unlawful
rehearse
acts
it.
related
She
to
looked
human
in there,
excrement or bodily fluid, a felony. All allegedly occurring on January 3rd of 2024.
I think it was 13
You
counts.
understand these
What did
charges?
she say?
To be honest,
I understand.
not sure.
I'm pretty sure it was like 12, 13 counts, which is insane. Like on top of what he was already there for.
Oh, damn.
You don't give
He,
a fuck.
he was a reoccurring offender.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's a 3-time felon.
Oh, that makes
Yeah.
sense. He knew. He knew he was going to prison.
He's like,
It was
but
gonna be bad. Might as well go out with a bang.
he's like, I might as well never get out.
Did you hear him before though? Like he was begging the.
Yes,
he was like,
I
no,
did.
I changed. I'm a different person. I'm not gonna. And then she was like, you're still going to jail. And he was like, all right, fuck it. And then he jumped.
He's literally begging her like for mercy
Yeah.
right before it.
He ended up saying before he jumped, he
And
said,
that's fake.
Judge has it out for me. Judge is evil. I'm sorry you guys had to see that. He had 25 stitches to his face.
Jeez, 25 stitches to his face.
Because the
just
clerk
like
was like trying to
13
beat him
charges
off.
in connection, yeah.
Damn.
The
What about the judge? What happened to the
He
judge?
was first there for destruction of property. That was it.
Interesting.
idiot.
But he also served time for domestic battery, so that explains it.
To be honest,
Piece of trash.
people like that,
Yes.
they need help. And if prisons help at this moment in time, like that's what it is. There's the
Oh my
muzzle.
God! Stop.
Yeah, that's what it
The
was.
fucking muzzle.
Yeah. That's some shit Kanye would wear.
100%. Wow, I see that.
Honestly, that's $700 right there.
Yep. Slap a Balenciaga tag on it.
Oh,
Boom.
shit. I'm surprised someone hasn't done that already. Oh my God, we should add it to
You-
the shop.
On it. I was just about to say that's in your merch. Drop it right now.
Put it on a t-shirt.
I'll buy 2. What colors do you guys have?
I'm gonna make every single color.
Oh, I love it.
Yo, yeah. I would do that too. You know how humiliating that is? Like, fuck you, bro. You're gonna try to attack me in my house? Fuck.
Oh, you're so right. I would absolutely
my
act up as a
God.
judge and be like, absolutely.
Dude,
If
to
I was
the
a judge, I
max.
wouldn't stop at the
Way too
muzzle.
much power
Max.
right
No,
now.
Nah.
I'd go off on a power trip, that's for sure. My Leo ass would
yeah.
be so high up there. I'd be
I'd
like,
put a
fuck
cone
you.
on his head. The shit
The
that I would
cone,
do.
the dog.
Put the dunce hat on.
Nah,
I
dude.
done.
I put like a noose
This kid's
there
coming in
just
looking
as
like
like a
an
threat. Like,
absolute
I'll fucking
bozo.
hang you in this courtroom right now.
Dude.
I'd be like,
That's a
whoa.
little bit too much power.
Too much?
I was gonna say maybe a little pin, maybe a little pin noose or something like that.
Yeah,
I would-
pin
A
noose.
sniper?
I'd be like,
I
I'd
was
be
gonna be
lit.
like, I was gonna say like a thumbtack on the seat or something.
Nah, bro. Come on.
Why a sniper?
He's
Bro,
a threat.
You're saying come on to me. You want a noose in the room.
Hey, you slip up, the option's there. I'm not saying I'm gonna use it, but if you force my hand again, imagine if you try to do some shit again, gone.
With the muzzle?
Gone.
I was gonna say with the chains, with the muzzle,
Yeah,
with
what-
all that.
what's
Like,
He just flop.
What's the next layer of
He'll find a way.
protection?
You haven't seen like Mission Impossible, James Bond?
would have been a straight jacket after this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
that
Yeah.
would be the next step.
And here's the thing:
point.
I would have been like, "What sane person would have done that? He is insane." And then I would have forced it. I'd be
Yeah.
like, if you tell me that that's not what an insane person would do, I'd be like, "You're."
And then
lying
you'd
to
win the
yourself.
case.
There you go. There you
You'd
go.
win the case on insanity.
Exactly.
And then he'd go
because-
into a mental institution for the rest of his life.
Oh, and he probably needs that too.
Yeah, to be honest.
Because what kind of right man fucking hurts a woman? Come on.
Bro.
Shut up.
Or any
I
person.
thought he killed her at first. When I first watched the video, I was like, there's no way he's not choking her right
Does
now.
it say what happened to the judge? Because the stitches were his, right? Because I wonder if the judge got fucked up.
He probably
broke something or
I think she
a
was.
whole ass person jumping on top of you has gotta get something.
There's gotta be bruises or something.
She, like,
If he got
she-
stitches.
You can see her like hesitate because she doesn't think that it's gonna happen. You see her look at him and be like,
Yeah, she dodges it a little.
She's
bit.
like, is he
Yeah.
gonna?
You can see right there in that picture, like
It's
he's hitting her in her shoulder.
she's like, what is that?
She suffered some injuries, but is back the next day.
She suffered some injuries, but was back
Yo.
to work the next day.
A true baddie.
I was gonna say she
Shout
really
out
was
Dana.
like,
Dana White asked to meet her and pulled it off. Her and Dana White met.
That's wild.
That's crazy. Damn. Are you being for real? Did that really happen?
Yes.
Damn. Shout out Dana White, bro. Dana White always doing
UFC
the top dog
CEO
shit.
Dana White has met the Clark County District Court judge who went viral after a man judged at her.
Dana White be
Lunch
doing
at her.
that shit. Did Dana White do the same one where there was
the judge just paroled him. Yeah, denied him probation.
Oh.
That's what he
I was gonna say,
flipped
that's the
against.
I was like,
That's
what?
what he flipped out about.
wasn't there some security footage
Yeah.
of someone trying to steal something from like a Best Buy, and this employee like tackles the guy at the door, and Dana White brought her to like a UFC
She still
event or
works for
something.
him. No,
She works for
hired-
him.
Yeah.
Oh my!
She's
like
like
legendary,
She's like one of the heads of security.
legendary.
Do you have any tips on how to prevent canoeing?
You gotta light it the right way for sure.
I was gonna say, lighting it the right way is a good start, but also if you start seeing the pre-roll get not lit on one side, turn it over to the side that it's not getting lit on, because heat rises.
Genius.
Yeah, so heat rises, and then
I really needed
Genius.
context for that. I did not know what was happening.
I didn't
when
even
she
think
first
of
asked
that.
No, I
Yeah, I'm
like
sorry.
canoeing, the term canoeing.
Oh right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
Not,
so
like in
Explain
hindsight-
canoeing for
in-
someone
in-
that doesn't know
Yeah,
canoeing.
in hindsight, I think I put it together, but
canoeing is when your joint does it like improperly, unevenly burns. So one side is burning while the other side is not burning as fast.
so it's
So
like
you-
a layer on the
Yeah, I
bottom
got
and then just
Sometimes
ash
you
sitting on
also
it.
that's what I
Like-
thought. That's what I managed to put together.
Yeah,
a little massage
yeah.
A little massage.
helps.
Because normally I don't have an issue lighting it.
I think Christopher said that, right? Something about packing it.
Yeah,
If it's too tight,
yeah.
Yo.
It won't pull.
you gotta massage it.
You gotta massage. Give it a little back rub.
Tender love and care.
Yeah.
This one's a 1-to-1 pre-roll. So it's got 1% in terpenes, the tax 19.6. But we've got 7.4% CBD and THCA is 11%.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Dope.
I've never had a 1-to-1, so first time.
I definitely love the flower pre-roll or the CBD flower.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't had that
If
either,
it's
to
your
be honest
first
with
time,
you.
it's definitely my first time. That's for sure.
Really, I feel like it's really mellow. It's like not like a reverse, but like it helps you bring back a little bit those effects from the cannabis. Brings it more to a more even playing field.
Cool. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've heard that before of like I've heard people say that either doing like a 1-to-1 ratio or taking CBD before smoking helps prevent their paranoia.
Yeah, a lot of people feel that experience with CBD. It's super mellow. It's non-psychoactive. It's very, very chill. Tends to be nice on the body a lot.
Yep. I've
I'd say
used
good
it for
for
my
me.
knee. I've dislocated
like
my
a topical?
kneecap 3 times, and the CBD was amazing. For like a cooling effect, and just for the muscles, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I love CBD topicals.
Yes.
The Heirloom
that I've had.
Collective's Arnica Balm is fire. I love rubbing that one on my back.
I have to try. I have to get a
I've
new
done that for
one.
my back too, yeah. It's like a
Out of
roll
it.
on.
Ooh.
One that I've used.
Which Dr. Healy's.
Oh God, I'm so bad with names. I have no idea, but I will figure it out and let you know. But it was very good. I still have it whenever I need to use it.
There are really, really good CBD brands. Healing Rose is another good one that they have like CBD focused products for like they have like bath soaks that you can use
like-
now.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
and like bath bombs, like CBD bath bombs. It's like,
That's interesting.
right.
I wonder. Ooh. I wonder like what that. I wonder if that would like make you feel tingly. Because like sometimes when I eat edibles, it makes my tongue like go numb or makes it go. Like,
I love
tingly.
when I get that high.
Like literally the back of my tongue will just fucking go numb, and that's when I'm like, ooh, it's gonna be a good one.
Wow.
I don't know why it
Interesting. I don't
happens.
notice that. I can imagine though. It was funny because earlier when you mentioned like how you keep track and you blog like the things you've done. When I first started smoking, I started to do lists because I was like, oh, it became really exciting, especially since I was trying so many different strains.
The first few times you were like, oh my God, that was crazy.
I went into my notes on my apps and just would write like, what are my effects of each strain, and then I kept like a log. Especially, eventually I fell off, but I had a pretty good list going.
I was gonna say pick it back up because
should.
honestly, once you realize what your favorite ones are, then you can start realizing like other parts of it that you like more or less, and just like descriptions overall that you'll be like, that's definitely gonna be fire, or like a cross up one, you're like, that's definitely gonna hit, or like I said, you'll be able to be like, don't get that one.
You might inspired me to get back into it. I might do it.
Every time I see something that's with gelato, I'm like, I'm good. Or like sherb, typically, I'm like, don't eat it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like the sunset sherbet. That was a good.
Great for flavor. I think it's typically a beautiful looking flower and bud, but I'm like, for the high, I'm just like, it's like calm, relaxing, nice little blanket on ya. But I'm low key looking to get rocked.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, because that's totally what it makes me feel. But it's like my bedtime strain usually.
Yeah. Nice and peaceful resting.
I knocked the head out of this. I was like slowly like dying and laughing at myself over here because I like knocked the head out partially, and then I leaned back and was like fuck, and then like went to push it back, and then was like, I don't think that's gonna work, and I like looked back at Fam, and he just like looked at me, and I just started dying laughing, and then you guys were talking, you're like, just pick it back up, but you were not talking to me, but it was perfect, and I just started dying laughing even more. But this is out, and I don't have a lighter.
I have one right here.
Word.
I wanted to ask you also about the content that you've been doing. Have you thought about doing YouTube, or like what
I feel like I
aspirations do
need-
you have with your content?
I feel like I need to reach out more onto other avenues and like other platforms to get myself out there more so people see Hash and Flower more. But I'm kind of scared, low-key, to do long videos. Like, I feel like I run out of things to say, or I'm just like, honestly really high. So I'm just like chilling and quiet, listening to music or something like that. And I'm not saying anything. So I feel like I'm not giving a lot for my content in that sense. But then sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I was rambling alone. There was no one else in this video. And like maybe it says like 4 people came into your live. I'm like, oh my God. And I talked for 43 minutes of what? Of who to who.
Yeah.
So literally myself, I can do that sometimes. So
Yeah. I think you would do great with like reviews on YouTube.
I feel like I want to do so much.
Yeah.
I just don't really, I get shy, honestly, in front of the camera. It is hard to talk in front of it. And
and that's honestly a really fair fear, because especially with content nowadays, you want to try and be as engaging as you can be.
yeah,
But
because I feel like the content I see, like
Right.
how you guys edit your stuff, is so high quality, and I feel bad for not giving people that
No,
stuff
you
like
can't
that.
think
You know
like
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah, no
you-
way.
Because I be
you can't think
recording
like
on
We
that.
have
my.
like
Listen.
multiple people
Yeah.
doing this whole production.
Yeah,
We
you-
all have our own like
Listen,
things.
when
And that's
our
so
own
cool,
roles.
and that's literally why I was like,
But you just got to build to
Yeah,
that. That's
yeah.
all you got to do. It's just steps as you go. When I first started doing it, I was doing it alone, but I knew I wanted to have people around me that love what I'm doing and want to be a part of it. And then you build people to help you do other things. You just got to commit to just doing what you enjoy. And I think you talking about all the different strains and all your knowledge and stuff like that, you're already doing the live streams. The uploads is like the same thing. Or just do live streams on YouTube and do reviews.
I've never live streamed. I don't have a honestly the only YouTube I watch is like murder mysteries, like
Yes.
unsolved, like
Yes.
true crime, like Film Rise. Shout out Film Rise. Like, oh my god, you could go out and watch all of like so many forensic files, like
Ooh.
for hours,
Hell
for
yeah.
days. Like that's
Hell
exactly
What a
what I'd be
mood.
watching all the
What a
time.
fucking mood.
I love interrogations.
Oh, those are
JCS channel.
Oh, yes. We've talked about that on a
Yeah.
podcast.
Oh my
That
god, I could
channel's
watch that
incredible.
forever, and then like I come out of the video and I'm like, I could do this.
They cover...
I can catch a murderer right now.
It's, they cover
Honest-
investigations.
like-
they stop as they
I'm just
go.
like, I could do this shit. Like, I'm on this level right now. We're on the same wavelength.
It's incredible. They basically show like the security footage of an investigation, and they pause and they talk about what's happening, and they tell you what will happen in a few seconds and what to expect by the person's reaction when they know that that person died, and we know that they're actually guilty and they were put to prison for 25 years, but in this moment they're still innocent, trying to fight for their innocence.
It's like a dissection of the interrogation.
Yeah,
Incredible.
He'll like
Yeah.
pause it. He'll like pause it, and he'll be like, "Here, Jason sits back and crosses his arms, indicating that he's being closed off to the investigator." And like they'll like jump into like the investigators' like tactics. Like here, the investigators use
And you
silence
have-
for power.
Yep.
That's why I said like it came to my mind.
And it's the actual audio from the investigation too, so you can see and hear how it's going and literally hear the whole part. But they obviously cut around it, but it's incredible.
I was gonna say when you
It's
when
dope.
you-
I'll send it to you for sure. What kind of content do you consume, if any, other than that?
So like it's obviously a lot of like I'm scrolling through like seeing like cannabis content obviously, but a lot of it when I'm looking for my own stuff like on YouTube, it's gonna be like just that true crime stuff, which is forensic files typically. Like I love a true crime like story retelling and going over the forensics.
Ooh. Well, okay.
Of
So
like what got someone caught.
you should watch. Okay, so Mr. Ballin, I got into him because he does like a bunch of other different things. I started watching his weird like diving videos, and he does like a bunch of shit. But he does a lot of like retellings of true crime stories and just like different mysteries and weird oddities and stuff like that. He has a really good YouTube, and it's huge now, and he's right out of Quincy.
Oh really? So he's a
Dope.
neighbor.
He's
Pretty
a
neat.
he's a SEAL as well, a Navy SEAL.
Wow,
Oh, okay.
Crazy story.
that's dope.
Mr. Ballin. Yeah. And then Bailey Sarian. But she does like, she's super, super popular. She does her makeup, but she also tells you.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I do know her. I love
That's actually
seeing
so
her stuff.
smart.
I love
it's
her.
genius.
Yeah, that's
And now she has dark,
Genius.
now she
That's
has dark
like-
history.
That's like putting like a Subway Surfers clip above like and like below, and then like the podcast of the guys talking, and you're just like watching like I don't know.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
on
yeah.
TikTok,
Yeah.
dude. I hate when they do that shit.
I know.
Do you watch TikTok
But I get
at all?
sucked in, and I'm like, oh my god,
I
watch
hate
out for the
TikTok.
train.
I go
was
in
dead-
and I do watch, but I
I
don't
was
like
so fucking addicted to TikTok. So when I was in my accident, that's when I finally had let myself get TikTok because I was like, I am in bed. I have nothing to do.
Right.
I have no fucking life.
I denied it
lay
for
in
so
bed.
long.
Same.
And
Same.
yeah, I was fine.
like,
It literally
"Ah,
took
fuck
me to
it."
be crippled in bed to fucking be like, all right, I guess I get TikTok.
Yeah,
and
that's
when they
so
got
funny.
me, that algorithm was so good, man.
It
I was taking that thing
It's
in all the
crazy.
time. It was insane how much
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yep.
And I had-
algorithms
The
insane.
algorithm is so
It's so
smart.
good.
You'll,
It's
like,
so good.
You'll like think it's like it reads your mind sometimes.
No,
Yep.
it does. We've talked about this many times.
Yeah.
I'll be in a room and talk about something, never have watched that specific piece of content. It was golf at this certain scenario. Next day I go on TikTok, golf. It was like, what the fuck?
You don't even need
I didn't
a.
search up golf
But
at all on my
okay,
phone.
but you know what? You know how? Because like I just had like a stupid idea. Do you have like another smart device in your home, like a Google Hub or?
No. But my phone was in the same room, and it was definitely my
Okay.
phone, because that's where I searched it, of course.
When you
Because I
do all
just
your
thought about
permissions
that.
and stuff like that, you let it listen to your
Yep.
like conversations.
Yep.
So like they definitely taking it all in and being like,
They all
oh
listen
well,
at
you
this
want an
point.
ad for that? We can do that, no problem.
Yeah, but
course
that
they
I'm
did.
honestly like, if that's the worst that you're doing is creating an ad for me based on what I'm saying, okay. At least it's
Like
not
that's
the-
kind of
No, for
convenient,
sure.
actually. Can you show me the best prices?
exactly.
Sure, you're seeing exactly what you want to see. That's a good algorithm. You know?
I'll like
That's
watch a
what-
video about another video, and like I'll scroll down like 5 more videos, and then there's the original.
Yeah, it's insanely
I'm just like,
bingeable.
oh, this is what they were talking about. Now I get context.
Yes.
It's so convenient.
the
It's so-
other thing about their
it's frustratingly convenient.
yes, it is. The thing about the algorithm is like they they track how long you're looking at a post, and then like
Decide what
the
they
other
should give you
connections.
next.
Well, and the other connections. So like for me, it's 2 things that happen on TikTok. I either am like, okay, cool, like that was easy, that was quick, like digestible, next video. Or I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I click on the profile, and then I'm like doing the same thing where I'm like going through 5 videos, and I've watched like 8 videos on this page, and then I'm like, okay, I've got the whole story. Now I go back, and then I go to the next thing, and it's like something to do with whatever the fuck I was just like looking at, and then it's like the next 5 videos
You
or
go
that.
down the
I'm like,
rabbit
oh,
hole.
exactly.
Welcome to the
exactly.
pod.
You did it.
Yep.
That's what we do here.
One
Literally
of-
down
one-
the rabbit hole for hours.
One of TikTok's like smartest additions that they did was when you click on a page, it like tells you just watched, and it like brings
Yeah.
you to the video.
Oh, and here's
And then you get sucked in like I end up watching like full blown movies. Like I'm just like The Martian. I've watched that movie like 5 times at this point because like it's like an interesting clip
On
that-
TikTok?
On TikTok,
Yeah, no, I've done that with like,
It's like
TV
The
shows.
whole
parts.
movie.
like I've seen like Mark Wahlberg like get launched off the, like Mars like 5 times.
I've done it with like TV shows,
Yeah.
and it's crazy because I'll see sometimes like it'll come up on my feed, and it's like part 3 of like something, and I'll be like, what the fuck? And this happened recently where I was like, what is this? Like I don't understand this situation. And then I started watching this TV show on Netflix recently, and I'm like episode 6. Boom, there's a scene, and I was like, what the fuck? Okay, now I know what
I
it
started
is.
watching The Sopranos because it kept coming up on TikTok, and I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
"Ah,
I
fuck
fight
this.
it. I
gotta-
just
gotta
swipe
go
as
watch
fast as I can if I don't want to see that shit.
if it was
Swipe, and
Yeah.
it knows, man. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, sorry.
It was so addicting that I just
My
had to
bad.
delete it. I couldn't keep it on my phone
was
anymore
about to
because I
ask
would
you.
spend like 4 hours at it on a time. Like I was obsessed
And
with it.
nowadays?
And now I have, and now it's Instagram. But like I definitely can like the algorithm kind of sucks on Instagram, and like it's content I
Yeah.
don't want to see
Yeah.
all the time.
Yep.
I'm like this is stupid, and stop feeding me this stuff. I don't want to see this. And eventually I'm like, all right, I'm done with it. I've done my scroll enough. I'm like been on this long enough. I'm good, and I'll
Yeah.
do literally anything else.
Yeah, 100%. YouTube and TikTok. Those are
Exactly,
the 2
I'll
that
pull up
I do
a-
the most.
I'm at YouTube, Instagram.
Yeah, usually it's YouTube or TikTok.
Nice.
But it's because like with TikTok, I was the same way. I like denied it for a long, long time because I was like, no, I'm just gonna spend too much time on it. Then I realized like I don't have time to spend on it. So like I'll watch a few videos maybe, but it was because people were sending me TikToks. So then I was
people's-
like,
yes,
okay,
I need that. I low key want the app
Yeah.
to get everyone else's TikToks easier, so I don't have to be in like the little
exactly.
in
So
the Chrome. But,
yeah.
like,
And then I just like I get on it and I'll like be on it for 10, 15 minutes and then I'll get off. But if I'm like at home and it's like Sunday and I don't have anything to do, oh, I'm doom scrolling for like 2 hours.
My mom asked me to add like the screen time to it for her. She was like, I'm spending so much time on it. She's like, can you just put the screen time on? And I was like, yeah. And I just put it all to the minimum for her.
I love
I
that.
was like, I'm not gonna let you
Lock her out of
yeah,
her phone.
exactly.
I'm dead.
That's what she needs.
That's actually a good idea. I might use that shit.
What's that? The screen time?
Yeah.
It
Lock
like
it out.
the funny thing is if you scroll for too long, like they have like an ad.
Oh my
for it.
god, I remember. I would see that.
And
I
it,
totally
like,
forgot about
She's
that,
like,
and they give
you've
that warning.
been swiping for a while. It's pretty late. Here's the screen time and how to activate it, and like you can go directly into your settings from there.
That's so creepy. That's weird.
Right?
Or they've been like, you've been scrolling.
They monitor your shit, man.
They're like, go eat something. Get up.
Yeah.
Walk
Oh,
around.
yeah.
I'm
Get
like,
your ass up.
stop.
You are
Get out.
rotting
I'm
right
like,
now.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what I was
hate
gonna
when
say. I was
Netflix
like, I'm
does that shit.
unwell. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I take it
Send-
extremely personally when Netflix or like Peacock or any of my TV streaming
still
services.
watching?
Are you still there? Fuck you. I'm just
yes.
laying here.
It did it
Okay,
to me
I'm
last night,
watching.
dude.
Leave me alone.
I'm like, yes, girl. You
I'm
don't see me.
I'm just 16 deep, okay? Yeah, like what
You
the
don't
fuck?
see me through the
phone.
scare. Literally.
Check my
Literally.
location.
You know I'm scrolling at the same time
Why are you
as I'm watching
confused?
I've literally changed the volume 3 times to let you know I'm still here.
actively.
So fucking annoying.
Yeah. Fuck Netflix. We need to fix that. And also the previews. Every time I get on, I don't know how to fucking disable it. I don't want to go over each movie and the fucking audio comes in with the trailer
Oh
playing.
yeah.
I kind of like that because I want to know how is it gonna be. Like, am I
Shit is
gonna
always
waste my
too
time?
loud,
I don't want to
maybe.
invest if it's not gonna be good.
Yeah. Cause like the description, I'm an imaginative person. I'm very analytical. So if I read the description, I'm be like, oh, that
I'm
sounds
like,
so
that
interesting.
sounds so good. It could be
Like
anything.
Exactly. Like sometimes it could be anything, and I'm just like, the cover is not enough for me. Like, give me a trailer, and
I
I'm
hate
always looking
trailers,
for a
though.
trailer.
I hate
love a trailer.
trailers.
Spoilers.
I hate trailers.
Trailers contain spoilers.
Covers enough for me.
I don't
If it's
want-
if they're good, nah, it's just gonna entice you to want to see the whole thing.
Every time I watch the trailer, I'm just like,
Yeah,
I'm
I don't like
now
trailers,
I'm looking for
man.
the scene.
I'm
when
the
I
same
watch
way
it.
with
I love
vinyl.
that
We were
part,
just
though.
doing
I
that.
love finally understanding what the context is of the trailer.
put it all
I'm like,
together.
why are they running
oh.
from this? Like, why is the person going on this kind of mission actually? And how does it get solved?
Yeah, me too. I'm always just like, I just want to know the end of the story. What's the story? And I want to know the end.
No, that's not how you watch movies. You don't want to.
You guys go to the theater still?
Yes,
Sometimes, yeah.
only IMAX though.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no.
Bougie, okay.
No, it's not worth the experience going to like AMC or Regal
You know,
anymore.
whatever.
not.
You
Oh,
gotta go on.
AMC is like upgraded. They have their like lean back chairs.
No, it
they have
doesn't
a little
matter. The
restaurant.
audio is shit every single
Oh.
time, and I'm like, I get better audio in my living room.
I was gonna
okay,
say,
yeah.
I'm gonna shout
don't
out
think
Lowell Showcase Cinema.
Yeah,
Oh my God, movie Tuesdays. All right, don't make it too packed in there.
I
Don't get
used-
it too hot in
I
there.
used to go crazy too.
But $5 for a movie
Yeah.
on
Bruh, what?
Tuesday, man.
used
I know
to
what
do
I'm
that
doing
shit
Girls
from
and
now
all the
I,
on.
like,
Yeah.
let us know because we will fucking smoke in the car, get so stupid high,
Yep.
get some popcorn. We go and get the ices. We go pick a typically scary movie. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Scary
Oh my-
movies.
But yeah, that's
Yeah.
good movie Tuesday,
That's a great vibe.
right?
And
It's just the
$5.
stoner vibes.
Hell
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
Also
exactly.
smoking in the drive-in. Hot
Yeah.
box in the car.
Oh, I've never
Yeah.
In the
been to a
summertime,
drive-in. I've
dude.
never been to a
What?
drive-in. No.
Oh my
There's
god.
you should go to the Mendon Drive-In. They have
Everyone
2
says
screens.
that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
where is it?
Incredible.
Well,
It's
obviously
south.
Mendon, but like further
It's
here.
south.
I feel
Yeah.
like this is already pretty south, so further.
Yes.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. It's near like Milford. I don't know if you know where that is.
Yeah, but like, what else is out there?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. It's just
I
the
lo-
drive-in. It's literally
I
an
love all
abandoned
of
town. I swear to God, nothing.
No,
Ghost town.
except for
There's nothing
Imperial.
around it.
Imperial is there.
No,
That's the only thing that keeps it going is Imperial
yeah,
Cars. They
shout
own
out
like the whole
Imperial.
fucking town. Yeah, big shout out to Imperial.
Monopolizing the town.
No, dude, dead ass.
They
Like,
always
More
be doing
parking
that
lots.
shit.
okay, listen, they have a giant dealership that's in Mendon, and they have 3 different dealers in there. So like they have Ford, Chrysler, and Chevy, but it's like built 3 different buildings. Then they own the gas
just lot it
station.
up.
That's
Of course
right.
they do.
That's right next to it. Then they own the plaza that's next to the gas station,
wow.
right? So then recently, because we do their cars all the time, we like do work for them, so we get their checks. And on one of the checks, it says like Meehan Group, which is the name that's on the plaza, which is how I know that they're all connected. Then recently, I was like driving through Milford from the shop, and I'm like driving past the hospital in Milford, And I like look over at the hospital where the ER thing is. And it says Meehan Group Pavilion, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you're fucking kidding me. You guys donated so much money to the hospital. You gave them a pavilion or whatever the fuck this is. I thought it was so crazy. I was like, your name's on the
I
hospital?
was gonna say, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool to have your name on like a plaque that's like somewhere significant, or that like
Saving
people.
lives.
It's
Working
right
It's a
on.
great
It's right on the
brand
outside,
identity.
working on that. Working for the city. I'm working. For
Saving
I'm gonna get a
lives.
street name now.
dude.
Oh my
Yes.
god, that's like, yeah, like memorialized. Do you want to be memorialized? How do you want to be remembered?
I don't know.
Good question.
That's, yeah.
That's a very good question.
I rather my last name, like my family.
Oh, your
I don't
family,
know,
yeah.
I take a lot. of
Dude,
pride.
I ponder that
Yeah.
question all the time.
I
Your
like it. Wouldn't-
heritage.
I don't know.
You care
it's-
more about your lineage than you
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
You're like the bigger picture.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You and your
Like there's one drive that I go on for work, and it's like Lafreniere or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, I know one of those guys.
oh, they
Yeah.
got a family. Why is
Yeah,
there? Why are
exactly.
they so important?
They've been working for the city for like
Forever.
yeah.
Damn.
That's cool.
So,
Dirty
but
money.
like every time, bro,
Clean money, I'm sorry.
come on, bro, I just got here.
It was a cough, I'm sorry. Dirty
But
money.
like every time I go on that street, I'm just like, that family must be so cool.
There must be.
Yep.
They gotta be. They got a stream name.
I was gonna
Yep.
say they got the street named after them. Oh,
Yep. Have you ever
look.
seen Ozark?
No, I haven't seen that
And
one.
that'll tell you how they got their money. Watch Ozark. I'm not gonna
Oh
say
my
anything
goodness.
else.
We'll have a full review.
You have to watch
You're gonna have to
Edy
bleep this out
Zelda
again.
on Netflix. You
Yeah,
gotta
I
watch
heard
it.
about that.
She's like the first drug dealer, first big coke dealer.
Wait. Are you talking about Gloria?
Yeah,
That is such a good one. I just watched that with my folks actually.
on Netflix.
Yeah.
I think I'm on like episode 3. I have to get through it.
She's Colombian, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I was gonna say Sophia Vergara, my girl. Shout out to Sophia Vergara.
She's a badass.
She is, and she like was a totally different role than seeing her in Modern Family because I'm always used to
Yes.
seeing her in that glamorous, beautiful, like
And she's
lavish
hilarious.
lifestyle. Like she's hilarious. And this one, like seeing her in that dark, scary, like it was like
She's
oh my
so
God,
serious.
Like, whoa, okay, Sophia.
Yep.
I was gonna say giving me range.
Exactly. No, I was literally thinking the same thing. Like, okay. I saw an interview recently where she talks about like the makeup for it and like the prosthetics and everything she went through.
Oh, wow.
And like everything from like here up is like plastic. Like her nose is fake and then like her whole forehead is all fake.
And she's got a wig on and she's
Yep.
got the works on. Yeah, I was like, at first I was like, what was I doing? I think I was writing a review. So I'm like typing there on my phone and my folks are watching TV in the living room and I'm typing. And I hear her voice and I'm like, that's my girl. And I look up and I'm like, oh my God, that is not Sophia. That does not look like her at all.
My
like,
wife did the same exact thing.
yeah, because that
Same
was
reaction.
like, oh my God, it's not the Sophia I know. It's not the
Yeah.
beautiful, glamorous, beautiful. Like,
Like something's different.
Something. Well, her hair too. Her hair's so different.
That's
like,
what
she's,
the
like,
thing. It's
luscious
short,
long-
yes, luscious long hair.
I think it
and
works
she's
though.
got
It definitely works.
for
From
the role, for
trailers
the
that I've
part.
seen,
Absolutely.
yeah, it
Yes.
fits.
She does so well with it. And she mentioned like that she felt connected to the role. So she grew up in Colombia in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So she knew who Griselda was. She knew about her. And one of her brothers was in the coke like dealing trade and was murdered in it.
Yeah,
What the
basically
fuck was
everybody.
that sound?
That was me. I feel like the first time
I was like, whoa.
The ghost. Basically,
But
every,
Don't say a ghost.
It wasn't me.
in Colombia during that time, basically everyone.
But that's
you
when
knew
she's
was
living
moving
good.
coke.
That's when
Yeah.
her like coke business is like up. She's like up there. So that's not a good.
I'm
that's a
waiting
good-
for that. I'm like, I still haven't gotten to that point. She's still like looking good. I just saw that where she's all bloody in the
That's
club.
what she really looks like.
Yeah, that's what she really looks like.
Shit,
But
like
like,
a different person.
Yeah.
Damn,
okay,
damn.
okay. But her mugshot,
Damn.
okay, listen, her mugshot does
Scroll
not
up.
show like the lavish like lifestyle she was living. You should see some of her
frog.
other photos.
That I'm not gonna say it, but that's
Listen.
a different person.
Well, yes, of course, it's a different person.
Yeah, but you got to cast someone that's like relatively in the same region as the.
Yeah, it's gotta
face.
be like realistic.
That's not even like
that's-
same realm. This
That's
isn't
why
an
they did the
adaptation,
that's
is
what
it?
they did the prosthetics for, guys.
It
can't mix
doesn't
the
make it closer. That's
Yeah,
a
not
different
at all.
It's
person.
like not even close.
But the acting
Like,
is
don't
like,
get me wrong. It was
insulting.
Sophia Vergara looking not good. It wasn't any.
Just
it
the
was
same
not that.
nationality. That's it.
Yeah.
honestly.
something.
But okay, these comparison photos are horrible.
Yeah, but you can't make like the biggest coke woman mob boss, the most, what many people would consider beautiful woman coming from Colombia, like her, Shakira. She's like up there.
But
no.
she was considered beautiful. That's what I'm saying.
That
like,
person on the right? Her?
bro,
No,
for
show
the
me when she
time.
was 18 or 25 or 30, 40.
That's not even.
That person?
Wait, the other
no,
one, that
dude,
bottom
that's
one.
insulting.
Yeah, that's not fair.
Listen,
No.
One where she gets little
Already guilty.
cute.
yeah.
I'm not saying she's ugly. I'm just saying that's a different person.
Of
That's all.
course.
Yes.
That's all.
But like, who? Okay, really go down
Pablo
the line.
Escobar in fucking Narcos looked very similar. Hitler movies, I've been seeing a lot of them recently because of World War II stuff that I've been watching. Just weird time. I've been watching a lot of that stuff. Band of Brothers, shout out to them.
Yes.
Like the actors kind of assimilate that you kind of have to do it correct. There was one with
Look at there.
Queen, right? There's a bunch of band movies
That's
that
what
came
her
out
name
recently.
is, Griselda Blanco. See, there she is, young.
That one's a pretty
Which
good
one?
one.
The one on the right.
The big one?
No, that over here, on like next to this man on the photo that we're looking at on the
Pablo
right.
Escobar?
Yes.
That one.
So, but do you want to know? You want to know something?
Yeah.
She took him under her wing, and she taught him how to deal coke. And then he said, "I want to be bigger."
She's the OG.
Yes, they call her the godmother of cocaine.
Shit.
Yes, dude, it's so cool. She's
Okay, I have
she's
to watch
badass.
the movie now.
Being known as
I mean,
Well, it's a show.
it's terrible
It's a
because it's
series.
Yeah, it's a
absolutely
series.
ruined my parents' country, and my country, of course, too. But it's definitely crazy shit.
Yeah.
I was hooked when I was watching Narcos. I was like, damn.
And
That one honestly hooked me too. And me and my mom, like, I finished that review and I was like watching it with them. I was like, oh my God, I'm paying attention. And like, I was fighting the high because I was like, but I'm like, I'm going to finish this with y'all. Like, this is so good. I was very impressed.
me, that's why I'm only on episode 3.
And a lot
So
of
I have
people-
lost the battle.
A lot of people actually got pissed about Narcos because Pablo Escobar was played by a Brazilian. And a lot of people were super upset by that because it's like you have to be the same nationality. So that's probably why they made her at least Colombian.
She also felt connected to the role because she knew about it and like her brother, that connection. And she was like, she said that she feels like a lot of people have to like do research and try to step into their roles for movies and series, but she didn't feel she had that. She already knew the character. She knew she could play Griselda and she could be her with confidence. And that's more why she got it.
I gotta watch it.
It's so good.
I'm convinced. I gotta watch it. Sounds dope. Hell yeah. We're all pretty fucking
Yeah.
stoned.
My knee fucking kills.
I think we're gonna head out because I gotta pee real bad. But thank you so much for being
Guys,
here. It's been
thank
amazing.
you so much for hosting me
Gotta
and like
stone
letting me
this
come and
fuck.
chill.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the goodies and smoking the fuck out of us up.
Pleasure.
And we'll definitely have you back soon.
Thank you so much.
Do you have any shout outs, brands or sponsors or
I was gonna
people you
say.
wanna page?
I was gonna say, shout out Hash and Flower on
Yep,
IG.
yep.
Follow me there for reviews, for random lives. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Thanks
Yep.
so much.
Sweet. Thanks for being here.
Thanks
Thanks,
guys for
All right, guys,
having
thanks.
me.
Jeez.
Cheers.
Love you guys.